Good morning. I'm not gonna even ask if we're on the internet because I totally nailed it. I'm not seeking validation, but if you wanted to give it to me, I would accept it. Hi everyone. We are Salty Sweet Games. Good morning. I'm a morning person. I'm also salty.
Yeah, and I'm sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. Kiana, please do admin stuff.
Yes,
Help.
I will. Because it's morning, but it's less morning for me on the East Coast.
Yeah, you do it.
Welcome to Salt Sweet Games. We are here to play The Witcher, Crimson and Ash. Before we get started with anything, a few things we want to run down. First, this show is brought to you by Roll20 as part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. Roll20 is our virtual tabletop of choice. They are an awesome group and make it super easy to play games together, even when you're split across literally 3 time zones, as we are right now. Other than that, we have donations down below. If you'd like to support us and our production costs, because we pay everything out of pocket right now, it's a way to help the players be part of the story. So just check out below the stream what those are. What else? Oh yeah, we have thanks to our friends at Art House Story and Games, we have a giveaway every episode of the core book PDF. So if you're interested in trying out The Witcher for yourself, enter that giveaway, which should be starting anytime soon, Lauren.
I'm getting to it.
You've got it. I know you have it. So make sure to enter that and to give some love to our friends over at Tolstoyan. We have emotes. If you weren't here yesterday, our emotes are now live finally. And actually, we hit enough sub points yesterday to get more emotes.
That's so hype!
Yeah. So we'll be putting that in soon. Likely it'll be Pretzel carrying a little banner for our raids because that'll be fun. We'll have a cute Pretzel son. Yeah. So if you want to continue supporting us that way, following and subscribing as always. Yeah, I think that's it for channel admin stuff.
Yeah. Let's talk to people. Who are you playing, Kiana?
Oh, it's me first. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in charge now. I'm back.
You're in charge now.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah. I play Lupa, who uses they them pronouns. They are the Witcher of the group. They are also super cursed to look like a monster. They're not a monster, but it's how curses work. And in pure irony, they're now dealing with potentially cursed things and wolves. So, you know.
Speaking of curses, I'm playing Maggie. Magritte. Maggie the cat, who's definitely cursed to be a monster, but she doesn't look it, so I got the first smooch of the series. I just want to put that out there, kind of wave it around. I mean, I don't know if there was kissing, but there was canoodling. I should be done now. Katie, you go.
I don't know. She doesn't strike me as the type of lady who kisses on the lips. Is all I'm saying.
Me neither.
Yeah, doesn't strike me as that type of person.
No.
I'm Katie. I play Styla of Novigrad, the Bard. We both use she, her pronouns. And I wrestled a werewolf and lived to tell the tale. That's all I know. The best thing I'm ever going to do in this campaign, honestly.
I mean, yeah. How can you top that?
You don't.
No.
Don't.
You're right.
But it has major top energy, is all I'm saying.
Yes. Lindy, save us with your wholesome purity.
As this character, that's actually might be a thing that rarely happens for me. Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'm playing a wholesome character? ? She's not cursed, but she feels like it sometimes. I'll be Thrin and Brokvar. She's a sorceress and just a good bean. In general, I adore her. I'm very excited to play her. I've been awake for 5 hours already today, so let's go.
Huzzah. And Hans our GM. You talk now.
Hey, I will talk now. So, not cursed, but feel like it sometimes is the mood for the entire, like, that's 2020's mood right there, I think. But specifically this stream, right? We all feel that way sometimes. I think that's fair. Yes, and I am a token man. It is in my Twitter profile because of this game. So, we should probably talk about what happened last time. Does that sound like a good idea? I have a very short synopsis because I expect that people will want to comment at some point during this, but I feel like you already also mentioned everything I had. So we started out last time investigating a wolf lair. Nothing happened at all. It was totally fine. And we have a druid named Lorenz who has kind of like shown up out of the forest and then later disappeared again. Before he disappeared, he may have talked to the wolves and just told them to chill out and then left. That was pretty much it. And then we fast forward through a lot of scenes of walking around town to where we got to Scylla going to the Broken Wheel for a show. Went really well. Very popular. And Maggie decided that she was going to go have a secret rendezvous with a smuggler. And I think I need to pronounce this like Cinna versus Cena so that we don't have like a lot of confusion on this.
I had a Conan character named Cinna, so I'll probably remember that better.
That sounds great. Let's do that. Yeah. And you also got to watch her deliver a package to a mysterious household. So that was fun. Her headcanon, like she's face claimed by Laura Dern, which explains everything that happened last game. And after that, everybody else went to the crossroads at midnight and they fought a wolf. And that went really well for them. I mean, it was fairly like, yeah, almost no property destruction, almost no problems with the wolf, just yeah, I mean, Scylla like grabbed it, and I think Lupa like cut its head off more or less. It was great.
No, it was our guard friend did the
wonderful,
final
sweet
killing blow.
Rosen.
I know, but I think he had like one hit point at that point, so I don't think Rosen gets a lot of credit for that.
He's
But
allowed
we
to
give
feel
him
like
all
he
the
gets
credit
it.
because we adore him and he is a sweet boy.
A
That is
sweet
all
boy
he is
who
good
has a
for.
thing for 2 of the people in the party. We don't know.
Well, I may have said we're going to the tavern for drinks, and he was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "So Lupa wanted you to go on watch with her." And then he was like, "Oh."
I'm really confused about who he's trying to impress.
I don't know.
But
Anyone?
bless his little heart.
He tries so hard.
Honestly, you know, I just feel like Rosen is really just me in terms of like how I would relate to people. So I feel like that like just putting energy out there, but nobody having any idea what it is exactly right. That is what Rosen does.
I adore him.
Well, at least it's working out for Rosen. So with that, everybody else fought that wolf. Everything went great. At the end, we have some clues that we may want to investigate another sorceress in town. There's also a dwarven alchemist. We're not really sure what's going on. So I do want to open this with a gambit. I have a question for Lauren as Maggie. No, just Lauren. Would you rather roll a Cthulhu-style percentile die or a more Artelsorian-branded D10?
D10.
Okay, so I need you to just roll a D10 in the chat.
Okay. I'll do it. 7.
Okay, I'm disappointed, but it's fine. Everything's great. So with that, nothing. That's all. That was the entire thing. I mean, this is like one of those pass-fail tests. You did great. Everything's great.
Uh-huh.
So it's about 1 a.m., maybe like 1:30. Let's suggest that things have gone on a little bit longer. You have a blanket, a armful of clothing. It's probably yours. And you're being pushed out of a barn.
Hans, that is rude.
Look, Cinna just keeps pushing you out the door and says, "No, seriously, you can't stay here."
All right. You don't need to push me. Why are your arms so weak?
I'm tired. That took a while. Get out of here.
Worth it though, right?
Yeah. All right. Don't wake everybody up. Get out of here.
Right. Bye. Good night. Yeah, she leaves.
Fair. Very fair.
She'll change. in the moonlight. She'll put her clothes on.
Very good, very good. And you know what? It's a good roll. All of the clothing is yours. No mistakes there. That's always nice, right? That's what people want in life.
I have all my stuff, though. All my
Sure.
knives and...
This is not meant to be like a mean roll. You get all your stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right.
She likes me.
Hey, you know, I mean, you kept all your stuff, right?
Yeah. She's
So
a thief.
That's always a good sign. So, everybody else, if you're back at the Lily White Tavern, are you asleep at 1:30 in the morning?
Hell no. I wrestled a werewolf. I'm running on adrenaline.
That's fair. That's fair. How
I'm
about
getting
Fred?
drunk and also waiting for Maggie because I don't know where the hell she's gone off to.
Okay. Okay, so drunk and downstairs, like in the main common room. Okay, sure.
I'm probably not like wasted drunk. I'm getting a little tipsy because mostly my mind's like, where the fuck is Maggie at?
Yeah, that makes sense. What's Thrin up to?
About, like 5'4", 5'5". No, I'm kidding. She is probably writing in a journal. She's probably downstairs just to keep Scylla company while waiting for Maggie, make sure she doesn't get in any trouble. But she's probably writing in a journal about the place of power we found today and just doing some magic study.
I totally undersold all of that stuff in my recap. We did find a place of power. That was good stuff.
Yeah, she's studying. She's
yeah.
doing mage homework.
Yeah. Found a place of power. Also, that weird magic shit is transforming wolves into.
Yeah, she's also making notes of that, like what she observed when dispelling it, etc. Like just writing, studying.
So, in case other people didn't see last episode, yes, we've determined that the wolves seem to be transforming into larger wolves when things happen. So that does seem to be part of the fun of this, whatever is going on. Yeah, great. So,
and
what
someone's
is Luca
not.
doing?
It's not happening at the site. Someone's doing it remotely.
Oh yes, there is some sort of remote magic. No one is actually like touching the wolf to make it get bigger or anything like that.
There's a ritual happening elsewhere.
It's a good thing I wasn't trying to conceal any of these things, and I just genuinely forgot about them because that's all that actually happened. I can't tell which episode we're in all the time in my head, so it's my own fault for my notes each being a paragraph per session.
Incredibly valid.
You know what?
You take notes
I
about
watched
the
stream back,
sessions?
but I didn't do that this time. So, shall we talk about Lupa and what Lupa's doing?
Lupa's awake.
Okay, so just clearly everybody's awake at 1:30 in the morning is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So the mood in the Lily White Tavern has
Winding
really,
down.
really changed. Things are very different here. The owner's name is Sophie, and when you were last here, she very pointedly asked how soon you're leaving. And then it got a little softer after she talked to Scylla for a little bit because Scylla's awesome. And she was like, well, maybe you can just stay and play some shows. I've got a thing coming up in a couple days. Tonight, she has been, well, first off, it's 1:30 and she's still up. You have kept the propriety of this inn up at 1:30 in the morning. She seems okay about it. She's being really, really nice. They opened the kitchen back up. They made you some food. They brought out some drinks. The drinks are still hot. I'm imagining a hot wine kind of night. for
Ooh,
sure.
like a nice mulled wine.
A
Yes.
mulled wine.
Bryn
yeah.
is about that. She is
Okay.
So is Scylla.
savoring it as she's winding down with her notes.
Yeah. All of the pewterware has been like shined up a little bit. There is a cloth napkin on the table beneath Thrin's cup and Silas' cup, sure too. Lupa, I'm sorry to say, your situation has not changed a lot. But
Lupa's used to it.
if you want to ask for cloth napkin, she won't give you that too dirty a look when she gives you one.
Yeah, no, Lupa doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. So there are 3 of you in this inn. The proprietor is sitting in the back, like waiting to see if you want something. And they've stoked the fire. It's very pleasant down here.
Scylla leans up and looks around. Do you think she heard about my performance over at the Broken Wheel?
Well, that's probably what it was. I mean, you brought so much business in, and you're supposed to perform here in a couple of days. That's probably what it is. Buttering you up.
I mean, I always give the best performance I can. I'm not sure. I don't need all this, but I certainly like it.
It's quite nice.
And she just looks over at Lupa and just gives a sort of weak smile. It is quite nice, yes. How are you on your drink, Lupa? You need anything else?
I'm fine.
All right. I wonder where Maggie is.
Ta-da!
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil, and the devil will appear.
What? Hi.
Yes, I'm talking about you. Where have you been?
Out.
Having fun?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good. Were you at least? Well, you seem to be all right, as long as you're looking after yourself.
I was indeed. I was looking after myself. That's what happened.
Only yourself, then.
No. I look after other people.
That's very
Sometimes.
responsible of you.
Thank you. I look after them, but only after they've looked after me.
I wrestled
People
a werewolf,
have to look out
Maggie.
for each other.
What? Yes. What? What?
Oh,
She's just pointing at Thrin and Lupa. Tell her what I did.
so there was a very large wolf, and Lupa, and well, there was one first. Lupa and Rosint. Rosint actually beheaded it. I was fairly impressed.
Am I asleep in the barn?
No, you're standing right here in the Lily White Inn.
And then we went back into the woods, back to the wolf's den, and we found a second wolf transforming into what the first wolf looked like, growing all large and stuff. And Sila here and Lupa, they grappled it with a rope and held it down while I dispelled the curse of magic that was transforming it. So it's fine now, but we've got some suspicions about things in town.
You missed a lot while you were at the barn, assumably.
Tomorrow we're going to talk to a sorceress and potentially an alchemist.
Great.
That gave us a lot of information, actually.
It's very helpful.
Once you get to know him, he's actually quite enjoyable, don't you think?
Quite
Thrin?
amenable.
I actually enjoy his company.
Who?
He
Very pleasant.
seemed to enjoy a lot of my songs, actually.
Did
Who are you talking about?
Rosint, the guard with the spear?
Mayor Craner's guard, our guide.
Sure. That all sounds great. I'm gonna go to bed.
You don't want to drink with us? You don't want to have a nightcap?
No, I'm thoroughly satisfied.
Oh,
Well,
at
have a
Maggie,
lovely evening. Good night, sleep well. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
as Maggie walks by, Lupa's just like, you have straw on your back.
You have straw on yours. So walks away.
Personally, I'm imagining that as Maggie walks by, she also has like several pieces of straw
In her hair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Lupa's just like,
Just let it roll in the hair.
this is the whole situation of a teen coming home after a party
Uh-huh.
and explaining what she was up to.
Mm-hmm.
And like, am I still asleep in the barn? I'm talking about straw. It's just like,
Finny?
I think Sila just looks at Thrin and Lupa. Are we suspecting that the mayor has anything to do with this?
I don't think so. Not so far, at least. Unless he's capable of performing magic. I don't know why he'd want to attack his own town, though. It's not very viable. Please don't die. You should really take your time drinking the mulled wine. It goes down the wrong way. It burns a little.
I'm just, I don't know how many other paths we have to go down. I think it's a viable one.
Potentially. But why would he hire a witcher to track down a monster that he's created?
To take
seems-
the sip off of him, maybe?
But witchers are generally more successful than not, I would say. So, either he's sadly misinformed, or I feel like we should talk to Aylin tomorrow.
I definitely think that's a good start, at least.
And that alchemist. But before we, interrogate the alchemist, I have some supplies I'd like to buy from him first, so let's not piss him off, excuse my language, but, right off the bat.
Well, then maybe Maggie should stay in the back, and probably Lupa.
Why would they need to do that?
If we don't want to piss him off, is what I'm saying.
I mean, they're not offensive looking.
I don't mean their looks, I mean the things that they say. Lupa not so much. Lupa mostly just stays
Lupa's
quiet.
very well behaved.
Lupa's sitting right there.
I know.
This conversation and just
But Maggie definitely should not speak.
I'll just talk to Maggie. I'm sure she'll understand that I need to purchase some things first.
All right. If you think that's best, I'll
She
you
seems
can
very
handle-
reasonable most of the time. Unless you're talking about potatoes. For some reason. She went off on a tangent about
She was very impassioned about
passionate
potatoes.
about it. Maybe she was a potato farmer at some point. I don't know.
Maybe her family worked
Maybe
with
she
potatoes.
comes
I'm
from
not sure.
a long lineage of potato farmers.
Not really sure.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm going to head to bed as well. We have a long day ahead of us.
It's probably wise. I finished up most of my notes, so I sleep well.
Both of you as well. Good night, Lupa. Good night, Thrin. And she's going to get up and head to bed as well. And she's going to say also, look over at Sophie, just, good night, Sophie. Thank you for your hospitality. I can't wait for the performance tomorrow.
Yes, that will be great. Thank you. Okay, have a good night.
Thank you
she's-
so much for keeping opening the kitchen. It was very nice to come back to a nice meal and some mulled wine.
Of course, of course. So here, off of Sophie's accent, which is nothing, what is Lupa doing? Is she still downstairs, or are they still downstairs, I should say?
I think they're gonna wait till Thrin goes to bed. Don't want to leave
Okay.
Thrin by herself.
Yeah, Thrin's headed up the stairs with her notebook.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably
so-
give Sophie a nod, but doesn't say anything because they know.
As
and-
Lupa is going up the stairs, Sophie is also going up the stairs right behind. And then as everyone splits off to their rooms, Sophie goes up and knocks on Thrin's door.
I put on my robe because I've gotten ready for bed. So my little night robe, because
Super
Thrin is not a light packer, and she answers the door. Yes, can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I left a warming pan in your bed. Let me just take that out before you get
Oh.
in there.
Oh.
And it goes
Thank
over to
you.
the bed, turns it down. There is a waft of lavender coming out of the bed from the nicely laundered sheets. Takes this big warming pan out. I'm sorry to leave that in there. Pardon me. All right, I'll be going now.
No, thank you. Just close the door. They must be very excited about Lupa's performance. Or not Lupa, Sila's performance. Just
Different performance.
and then just snuggle up in the warm bed. Slightly confused, wow, I didn't, that's a lot of hype. I don't think I've ever traveled with this much Sila hype before.
No one else
They
got
must
warming
really
pans, by
like
the
their
way.
music here.
Yeah, it's got to be the music.
Yeah.
Okay, the morning. There's a rooster crowing somewhere out in the distance. I'm imagining most of you have ignored that for a little while, but who knows? Who gets up early? Who's an early riser? Yeah, believable.
Lupa.
Lupa
Okay.
and Thrin.
Yep. Okay, so the responsible teens are downstairs. I'm imagining at this point, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sophie has gotten up again very early. You have another.
No, I do.
cloth
I
napkin
do. Since
spread.
we are meeting with another sorceress, though, Thrin does take a long time to get ready this morning because she wants to be on her game.
Okay.
It's like that. It's that social play.
Do we want to talk about outfits? Do we want to talk about how Thrin has prepared herself?
I think she does her hair a little bit more formal than she normally does. Like, instead of just like loose in a snoot, it's a very intricate like braided scenario, in a like a Skelliger kind of style. She's wearing one of her nicer outfits, and just I think she takes the time to like put on perfume and that kind of stuff too. So, if you would like, I could roll a grooming and style check.
I'm only going to say yes because you offered, and you know that just sounds like a great thing.
All
I gotta
right.
do that.
I put points into it, so I gotta roll it at some point.
I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you, right? So
Right.
let's do this.
17.
17. Let's see what grooming and style suggests for a 17. Dun dun dun. At a base 16, you can put in the effort into it that you look as good as many sorceresses as well. So you definitely look the part, it sounds like.
Excellent. Then I just float downstairs, all
Yes.
done up.
Yes, of course. So your normal table is like right there. The fire, Sophie goes over, throws a couple logs on it. It's been a few minutes now, and you've got a breakfast set up with like another cloth napkin and tea and a big like pewter urn, and you've got I don't know what sounds good. Maybe some like slices of bacon and some little findly, like very intricate buttery pastries.
That sounds amazing.
That's what we
You're
want.
making
There
me
we
want second breakfast right now.
go. That's not a very big leap. So, okay, and then Lupa is also there, and there is already food on your table, so no additional prep was necessary. I'm sorry. It's just how it's going. So there's that.
Oh, early bird gets the worm. And she'll say, "Good morning, Lupa. Did you sleep well last night?"
Good as any. You?
Oh, better than most. It was just the room was surprisingly turned up. Did it have a bed warming pan in there as well?
No.
Well, that's just slightly rude. If they're going to do it for Nyla and myself, and probably Maggie, they should do it for you as well. I should need to have a talk with them, potentially.
No, don't need to bother yourself with that.
Right, well, I slept very well. But, we've got a big day of talking to people today, so that'll be interesting.
Yep, and then Maggie stumbles down the stairs. Hi! Yeah, I'm up.
Good morning.
Morning!
Did you sleep well?
Yes. I'm usually very antsy, but I slept like a rock.
It's probably
Silence.
the lavender.
The what?
Did you not have a bed warmer as well?
I honestly walked in, went face down on the bed, and I don't remember anything until now. Am I dressed? Yes.
Sila's probably not far behind and just shivering a little bit. Why was it so cold last night?
Bryn is thoroughly confused at this point.
Was it freezing for anyone else, or am I just that thin-blooded?
It's your delicate disposition.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Yes, it was a compliment.
I don't really see... Anyway, it was freezing all night. Was anyone else cold?
No. I had a bed warmer though. So,
Oh, fancy.
Did we pay for that? Was that something extra? I'd like one.
Sophie!
Sophie comes over, and she has a cloth over her arm, and she's carrying like a big basket of buttery rolls and puts it on the table.
oh,
Yes.
thank you.
How are you?
Cold.
Oh, and she looks at Thrin. I could put another log on the fire?
What if she's cold? I think yes, that would be good. Need to warm
I'll
up.
do that. And she turns around and like yells at one of the maids to do that, and then turns back around. Anything else?
No, I'm eating the food now. I've lost all outrage because I'm so hungry.
Just gone.
Yeah. No. Just wanted to say good morning.
Good morning, yes.
I'm just looking at Scylla, like, confused. Like, I thought this was for you, like, because of
Sila's
you.
looking at you the same way, like, what is
No, I
happening
thank you
here?
so much. I think we're all right for now.
Okay, all right, that's great. And walks off.
That's
What is happening here? What is going on? I don't.
Why
Why is she looking at me?
is she
did
coming
think-
on to you?
Do you think she is?
She better not be. Inappropriate to be making eyes at a patron.
Well, Thrin's her own woman. She can make her own choices.
No, I know. I'm not talking about how Thrin feels, but Thrin, would you like to tell us how you would feel about Sophie or any lady?
Honestly, the thought of Sophie I hadn't even considered that she might be trying to flirt with me. Do you think she is? I don't.
If she is, it's highly inappropriate. Highly.
I mean, it's been a while, so I just.
It's been a
What's that?
while since someone flirted with you.
Yes.
Right, what are we doing today? We have more wolves to kill?
We should probably finish breakfast and get on with our have a lot of talking to do today.
We do.
Great. Love talking.
And a bit of shopping. I have a few things I need to pick up.
Great.
Do we what out of character, what were their names again?
Okay, so the two people that we're going to go see today are Aelin of Maribor, that's the sorceress, and there is a dwarven alchemist whose name is Gunter Hosup.
Okay, cool. Would we would know where these places are, or just easy to find them, right?
We got directions from Rosent last night, I believe.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got a couple options. You can always try to follow Rosen's directions or talk to Rosen.
Or we could find Rosent and have him guide us there.
Poor Rosent.
I think he enjoys the change of pace.
We could go find Rosent.
Oh, I think
we-
that's a grand idea. He's very helpful.
He actually has proven himself to be useful. And I think Lupa really likes him. They were fighting side by side in such...
It was fairly magnificent.
Oh, that's great.
It was.
So everybody found a new friend last night. That's good.
What were you all doing, Maggie? Weren't you with a friend?
Yeah, you said you were looking out for someone, and they were looking out for you.
You said something
were
about
looking out
horses
for each
and
other?
a lot of things about riding.
Where are we going?
We
Let's
should
go
go
find Rosent.
to
Yeah.
Maya's house and find Rosent.
Great.
Scylla takes a couple of rolls, breakfast rolls, and just shoves them into her bag for snacks.
I've done that before.
It's perfect. So everyone departs the Lily White. Sophie
Mhm.
stands at the door and waves at you all. See you
Wave
later.
back.
See you later. Don't forget, Scylla. What do you think around nightfall?
Yes, sounds good. I'll be here as soon as as soon as possible.
Okay. I didn't ask. Do you need anything for that?
Oh no, I travel with everything that I need.
Okay, great. All right. Bye. See you all later. Bye, Thrin.
Bye. I think you might be right.
I give her a death glare as we leave.
That's fair. That's very fair.
So... and Thrin looks immediately just nervous, like she was fine before, but now she's like, oh no, someone likes me.
Well, so you all travel down the street. You've got to cross that main road. So you've passed the site of at least one wolf attack as you go up and kind of wind around towards the mayor's house. And Rosen is standing there. His like uniform doublet looks like maybe it has been cleaned, and there's a little bit more polish on his breastplate that he's wearing, and his cap, the same thing. And he's still holding his spear, and he's waving as you all come up because he's of course been waiting anxiously to see if you all return.
Isla's just like, Rosen, Slayer of Wolves!
So good to see you all again. Are you here to see the mayor?
Oh, actually, well, no, we're here to see if you could help us out again today.
I'm sure. And he looks at the other guard. The other guard's like, He's like, it's no problem. I could definitely look. I'm just gonna be gone for a little while. And there's like they get together and they're doing like a head thing, and you hear at least a couple curse words. And then Rosen turns around and he goes, "It's fine. Let's go."
I love him so much.
Now
All
we have
right.
to name the other guard at some point. That's the real tragedy of the situation.
Rosen,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to write some sort of sonnet or poem about you after what you were incredible last night. You did such a great job.
Oh, do you think so? I mean, it was just like it was just Lupa does this all the time. This is like, and you did the thing where you grabbed the wall. I mean, I didn't do much.
He's so humble too.
So where are we going?
Oh, could you-
Maggie,
where are we going?
you weren't there. You didn't see. He was great.
It was
Thrin,
fantastic.
tell her how great he was.
Yes,
Honestly,
please
turned out to be wonderful.
Go on. Obviously, I'm dying to hear about it.
We don't have time to. I told you over breakfast already. Could you guide us to where Eileen of Maribor is staying?
Oh yeah, that's just down the road this way. That's pretty simple.
Thank you.
So he starts walking, and again, like there's a fairly nice part of town that you're staying within. So he's really just kind of like walking around the block and around the other way. There's about 4 nice houses in this area, and one of them seems to be the one where you would find Eileen of Maribor. It's not really big, but it's kind of squat, and then has an upper story that's much smaller than the lower story. The door is like a very nice dark wood, and it has some elaborate engraving around the edges. And there's a very big door knocker in the center of the door, and I think it's shaped like an Ouroboros.
Go up and knock.
And it goes like dum dum dum, very deep sound. So with that, a person goes and opens the door. And I'm going to say they are probably Temerian. They're a little bit shorter, male, wearing like a pretty nice looking like doublet and legs. They have hose on them, something like that. I don't know what people wear on their legs. Anyways, they're dressed okay. They open the door and they look at you and they say, "Hello, how may I help you?"
Yes, hello, my name is Thrin and Brockfar, and I was wondering if I could speak with Eileen.
You're here to see the lady, yes. And it's Thrin and Brockfar.
Thrin and Brockfar.
And Brockfar. Yes. Let me inquire, and I will return. Closes the door, goes away. A couple minutes later, comes back, opens the door. Is it Lady and Brockfar? Do you say Lady and Brockfar?
I think she goes, Thrin would be fine.
Thrin. The lady will see you inside.
Thank you.
He walks you down the hallway, and there's like a fairly big sitting room with a big chaise lounge and a couple like nice receiving chairs. And Eileen is reclining against the chaise lounge as one does.
Yes. Has to make that that.
It's a power move, of
Impression.
course. Yeah, she's got a very oval face. She's got black hair that comes down to her shoulders. I've got a face claim in the document, but I don't know that everybody's gonna know her off the top of their head. She's got like a deeper, like caramel colored skin, very straight nose, and she's wearing like long dangly gold earrings, and she
Mhm.
has a very heavy gold necklace that has an Ouroboros just like the door, and is wearing like a very like slim and kind of silky dress. The name is Julia Jones. Oh, people know who that is. Okay, cool. I'm not good at movies and popular culture, which is why I just kind of like reference these things. So all set. So with that, she is like reclining on the chaise lounge. Oh, and she's got little jeweled slippers on as well, just for
Little
flair.
jeweled sneakers.
Not sneakers. Come
I
on,
would
I'm not
have
doing well.
jeweled
I barely got
sneakers.
pants out last time.
Sorry, I just
No,
pictured them very vividly in my mind's
Yeah.
eye. I just giggled.
I'm gonna pick on everything everybody else says, so it's totally valid.
That's easy though.
And yes, as pointed out, she is in Twilight. I don't know who she is in Twilight. Katie, can you tell me who she is in
She's the
Twilight?
only female werewolf. She's a
Oh,
Clearwater.
damn,
I
okay.
can't remember her name.
Okay, yeah. I'm totally on board now.
She's not actually in Twilight. She's in
Oh, no, we're
Eclipse.
not, no.
According to IMDb, she's in Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Breaking Dawn. That's the one she's in. Yeah.
We're moving on.
Are you sure? Because we could do this for a while, but all right,
It's not my fault. It's my best friend's fault.
Yep.
fair. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, she like brings her legs down and sits in a normal seated position and gestures at the chairs. Thrinnen Brockfar, very nice to meet you. And you brought
Lovely to meet
friends.
you. She'll do a curtsy.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to stand up and curtsy back, even though
Mhm.
you feel like she probably should.
Should.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but she's not going to do that.
I'm not
But she
quite
does
sure
gesture
how
at the
old
chairs.
she is, but yeah.
Do you
Scylla gives a
know
very
anything-
over-the-top, exaggerated curtsy, like a very flourished one.
Do we feel like there's a role you want to make to have like knowledge of who this lady is?
Yeah, I definitely would like that.
Let's talk about what that would be. What would that be?
Yeah, I don't think there's history in the game.
not.
Would social etiquette
education
count?
or social etiquette?
Which one do you think seems better? Where are we at? Social
Because
etiquette.
it's sorceress stuff, maybe social etiquette.
You feel like there's maybe some signs there in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
maybe some
That
maybe
and
the
then
room
like
has some furniture
going
that's
to
too
other
old
events
or-
and circles and like hearing about and stuff. Because sorceress is gossip. That's what they
Okay.
do.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm looking at these two skills, the way they describe them. Let's go social etiquette. That sounds
Okay.
like more fun as to how you would tell.
18.
18's good. Okay, so taking a look, she's probably not the oldest sorceress or anything like that, but she's been around for a little while.
Okay.
She's been around long enough that she's got a title from Maribor, but she's not there. So there's been drama and so forth that's led to this point. And if you've heard her name mentioned, it probably wasn't entirely pleasant. Like there's enough gossip in there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So probably around my age or a little older than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so at like a mid-range sorceress age,
Okay.
and she's known for being pretty good at alchemy, but not being terribly skilled as a practical. Like, if she got in a fight, she wouldn't be the sorceress who's throwing lightning at people.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. She'll introduce everyone then. This is Soila, the bard. This is Maggie, and this is Lupa, the witcher.
The swords were a good giveaway there. but-
Yes.
So, is this about your friend's curse, or is this about something different?
It's about something different.
Wait,
May I
who does
have a
she
seat?
look at when she says your friend's curse?
That's a great question. Would you like to make a human perception roll for that?
Yes.
I think I would as well.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Let's have some rolls today.
Do I get something for this?
15.
No.
Oh, is she here? Yep, no, never mind. Just kidding.
Where's
She's
human
in it, yeah.
perception?
Yeah.
It is under the empathy skills.
Oh, goody gumdrop. 13.
Nice. Okay, so you're both very clear on the idea. She looked directly at Lupa.
Yeah, figured, but there was that off chance that it was like, let's not talk about the
are some
obvious
other
curse in
curses
the
she could
room.
have chosen from. Yeah, that's excellent.
Nah, she's not cool enough. She doesn't know.
That's right. So it's about something else. Well, how can I help you? It's nice to have you all visit me in my home. Thank you for doing so.
May I have a seat?
Of course.
gesture.
Yes. Take a seat.
She sits down, smooths
There
out her
are
skirts.
exactly enough chairs for all of you, by the way.
Mm-hmm. As I should expect from a sorceress. And she'll go, have you heard the rumors about this wolf attacks going around town?
I've heard the stories of the vicious killings that have happened at night. We are referring to the same thing, yes?
Yes.
Yes. No one has actually consulted me yet. I'm honestly slightly offended because you would think they would take advantage.
You would think they would take advantage of it. But sometimes people can be terribly dense when it comes to sorceresses and magic. So we've
agree.
decided to consult you on our own.
Well, that was a smart move.
Your opinions on the matter?
Oh, in terms of wolves, I don't really deal with nature much in terms of animals and so forth. I haven't looked at anything that's happened, really. I mean, again, if they'd asked my opinion, I would have taken the time, but no one has asked.
I'm looking at her very carefully to see if she's giving away any body language of, oh yes, I have no idea about these wolf
You mean
curses.
this wolf right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that too.
Okay, so
I'm not
we've
saying
already
much,
got-
but I'm watching her body language.
Do we want to make... Okay, I'm thinking again, human perception, unless there's something more bardic or so forth. I don't know if you have a secret skill for that, I forget.
I don't. I think it's just going to be human perception.
Okay, if you
Yeah.
guys want to go ahead and make that check again, and we'll just keep this as
Sure.
a standing check.
I want to roll my weak spot thing.
Weak spot thing.
Yeah,
Okay, let's roll
it's-
it with that.
Yeah, it's versus her deceit, which is probably really good.
Oh, awesome. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Rupert's just and Rupert isn't sitting; they're standing, and
Mhm.
they know their role of just I'm here to look imposing, so that nobody will fuck with anybody here. That's all they're doing.
Oh,
Ha
darn, look at that. Yeah, the
Thank
one was I
you.
actually fumbled. That's a fumble there.
Yeah, you gotta.
Ooh, it's really bad.
Oh, man.
8.
Okay, so technically here you're rolling against their deceit to identify their most valuable possession or person, and you can intimidate them. Okay, so your intimidate difference here is 6, which means you are at a +3 to intimidate this lady.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So here's a fun thing about this lady. The way the room is framed, there's a door behind her. The
Mhm.
door is like, it's fairly subtle. Unlike the front door, there is no ornamentation whatsoever. It's just nice, clean, polished wood. And the chaise is set up in a way where your guess, Maggie, is that it's here to distract you from seeing what's that door and like what might go on.
Uh-huh.
So that is probably the most important thing that you could notice here.
Great.
What about her body language?
Yeah,
We got
let's
an
talk body
18 and a
language. We have-
24.
Yeah, I
Some
got a
hot
24.
rolls. Okay, and something about all of you is really throwing her off her game, clearly, because she is not deceiving well. So
There's
with
like a
all that
cursed
in-
witcher, this like Maggie who's like intimidating AF, a bard, and then me, which is probably enough to be off-putting to most sorceresses in general, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, if this was one of those 4 people walk into a bar jokes, she's like at her limit here. And her body language is getting kind of mixed. She's being very aggressively catty. And the feeling that you're all getting
I'm
is
used to
she
it.
doesn't want you in this room and in this house.
Okay.
I want to go in that door.
I think Scylla has like sat down and crossed her legs and is sort of leaning forward, like, "Are you all right, Aelin?"
Yes, I'm fine. And by the way, her valet walks in at this point and has the little tiny cups of cordial and like a bottle. And so he now walks around and makes a very like showy gesture, handing you each a tiny little thimbleful of cordial.
I want to lock eyes with Maggie. Is Maggie making it known that she knows something? That like, is there a look that me and Maggie would have? So Maggie see something?
It's a series of eyebrow raises and winks.
Oh
and
god, she's
stretches.
me.
I'm going to, as the butler is moving, I want to trip the butler and make a scene.
Okay, I don't think that's a roll. I think you just trip a butler. So he's tripped, he falls down. This crystal decanter falls down. I'm going to say there's still 2 glasses
dear.
on his tray. So you've sent this silver tray and these glasses breaking all over the floor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
While they're
just
distracted, I
sometimes
want
I'm
to see what's in the door.
awfully clumsy, and I'm going to give Maggie a go.
Okay, so let's talk about all the things. First off, the man is like maybe like late 40s, and he's like going like, "Oh, my knee, ouch," on the ground.
Oh no.
Yep, that's how all
Maggie is
40-year-old
moving towards the
men
door. That's what we're doing there.
Yep.
And I think
Okay.
when she tripped the butler, Thrin was like, "No, I know I didn't go to Arethusa, so I figured I should consult you on the matter of rituals."
Well, clearly that would have been and she's about to say something very catty in response, but
Uh-huh.
first off, everything breaks, and then second off, Maggie starts running across the room. Is that how this is
Stealthily.
going? Stealthily
It
running
looks
across
like I tripped too, and I kind of tumble
I
back.
see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you should make a roll of some kind.
I would love to. What would you like, Hans?
Let's see what we could do. I think stealth is probably the best we're gonna do.
I do love
Use the
stealthing.
distraction to your advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
thing.
Let's do
do
stealth.
it. Does the distraction give me an additional mod?
I think it gives you the
Does
chance to stealth.
distraction give you an additional mod? It really should, shouldn't it?
Should
Let's
it
say that this
should?
distraction is a +2 to your stealth.
I thought up a good idea.
It's great. Okay,
Let's trip
+2.
a butler.
Crit!
Oh my
Oh my gosh, roll again.
Roll.
Hit that crit.
Wait, oh
We
yeah,
are
I
so
forgot where it
off-putting
was.
to poor Aelin.
Here it is. Yeah, 30.
30.
Mofos.
Look, we know this is how every game of anything that's a role-playing game goes in real life, period. So I shouldn't be surprised by any of this, right? Let's see. Is there a noticing skill? Awareness. That's what we're going for.
What's she gonna do?
She
Try
could
to
crit
notice
multiple
you.
times in a row.
Yeah,
Stop
I just
it.
want to crit multiple times in a row, please. No.
No.
That's not how you do a command.
It's happened before.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I did not do that.
No, you didn't. You got
So-
half of that.
It's not good. In terms of Witcher rolls, she did not do well. She's paying attention to the fact that she has an injured servant and glassware, and that was probably an expensive bottle of some kind of tokay or something all over the ground. You have done a ninja
sorry.
back roll into the area directly in front of this door,
Uh-huh.
and maybe just open it from behind and just slide back inwards.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in a sorceress's lab now.
Ooh.
There's a lot of expensive junk. Basically, this room is all expensive, and it's all very carefully positioned. So if you were to move anything in this room, it would cost a lot of money. Additionally, it has an odd smell.
What does it smell like?
Maybe natural gas, something like that. It's got an
Oh, don't light a match.
All right. I'll note the smell. Is there anything just shiny for no reason?
The entire room is shiny. This room is
Ooh.
shiny.
Anything that's not give me something interesting, that's not a potion, because I don't know anything about those.
That's a good question. I feel like the problem is you have to figure out what is really useful here.
Yeah, totally.
What are we going to roll for that?
Totally.
Don't you have crafting?
Barely, yeah.
Oh. I was thinking maybe you would know what some of this stuff is.
Yeah.
Because you don't have alchemy or anything, right?
Mm-mm.
I think you're going to have to make an education roll. If you don't have anything better here, I think you're just going to have
Yeah.
to guess what sorceress is like.
Totally. I'm down. I'm down for it. Let's do it. Education. 14.
14's okay.
Yeah.
So, the things that are probably in the finished decanters, the things that have been dripped and made into a potion in some fashion, those are the finished things. So those are probably the most potent and expensive if you're trying to swipe something quick.
Totally gonna do that.
Yeah, okay. So you got 2 hands, so you get 2 things.
Maggie has 2 hands.
God gave Maggie 2 hands for one reason.
That's right.
To
Yeah.
hold 2 things.
So I guess we can find out what those things are later on.
Yep. Yep.
Why did I say it like that? That was
Because you know who you're playing with, huh?
I think Sila's been making a big deal of trying to clean up and help this butler and help Thrin to keep
And
Aelin
Thrin is
distracted.
genuinely distressed. Oh no, you poor. Are you hurt? Are you okay?
And Sila's just like,
It's just
oh
my
no,
knee.
You didn't realize this was a
oh no.
Thrin had no idea this was a distraction. She's just oh, this is terrible. Terribly sorry.
So with that, yeah, everything's going great, and stuff has been stolen, and
Yep.
This butler like gets up and like gets a cloth and starts trying to clean the floor while he's holding his knee.
Sila's being so much more of a hindrance than a help too. She's making this so much worse. Just until she sees that Maggie gets out of there, then she's just gonna be like, "Oh, looks like you've got it under control. Sorry, you can take care of this," and then she'll just back off.
And with that, the butler goes back to dabbing the floor with his cloth. Yes.
Looper hadn't
Save this
moved
rug.
this entire time. Looper's like, okay, so Maggie just did that. There's like 2 people already dealing with this mess. I'm just gonna stand over here and just like, if things need to happen with punching, then I'm here. But otherwise, yeah, over here.
Really fair.
Perfect. Right, so, what were we talking about? Wolves? Yeah.
Rituals.
Yes, you were here for some reason talking
Yes, I was
about
going
rituals,
to consult you on
yes.
ritual casting of spells.
All
Your,
right.
Aretusa knowledge.
Yes. So here's the question. Is there actually anything you want to get out of this conversation, or do you just plan to dunk on her about the fact that she's probably not that great at doing rituals?
A little bit of both. A little column A, a little
Okay.
column B. She's basically asking about rituals like, oh, what would how powerful do you think someone would have to be to cast from, this distance? Transfiguration to, I believe it may be enhancing these wolves, making them more violent, and basically trying to read her at the same time to see if this is like pinging on her bullshit. Or would
So
you
I'm
say
gonna
it's
give
more
you-
of a less of a ritual, and would you say that's more of an active casting of something?
I'm going to give you 2 options here. Do you want to make a straight roll to see how you do on throwing her off her game, or do we want to initiate verbal combat?
Ooh. I've never done verbal combat in The Witcher.
Neither have I, so...
You know what? Let's try that. Let's see
Okay.
how
Let's
that goes,
do
because I'm
it.
curious.
So
Because
on
I could
your
just make a roll,
sheet-
but I am curious about verbal combat.
Yeah, so we have to figure out on the sheet, your resolve is on the right-hand column. It's the last of those maximum current boxes on the right.
Sure.
I'm going to set
Resolve.
hers at some kind of number. I don't know what it is.
45.
Yours is 45? That's ridiculous. That's so high. Okay, so that's cool. I'm going to set her at a lower number because we don't want this to be forever. But there is a series of attacks here and
I have very high
defenses.
HP, stamina, and resolve.
Yeah, I feel like you're on the attack at this
Oh
point.
yeah, definitely. Don't
So
get on
you
her.
have options like
Persuade.
seduce, persuade,
No.
appeal. This is 177 in the PDF.
Okay.
Befriend, deceive, ridicule, and intimidate.
Let's see. Oh. I'd say I really kind of want to ridicule because
Okay,
she's been so rude.
That's
the
so
whole
fair.
time.
that's so fair. So let's figure out how your ridicule attack goes.
Dunking on her
she's gonna defend-
Aretusa.
Where's being catty for defense? She's going to be ignoring you. That's her goal.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so you've got to roll your social etiquette.
Okay. Oh, excellent. I can do that. 19.
19's real good. Okay, she's got an empathy that we already set earlier, and her social. Okay, resisting coercion's under that's under will. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got a 14. So you're winning this check. So
Nice.
you say some things like that, like about rituals, and she's like paying attention to the mess on the floor.
Going
and you
into
get
like
to-
detail on rituals too, like, what do you think about this specific? Like 2 scientists kind of going in on like a nerd match, basically.
So you're going to add a d6 to your will, and that's how much damage you're doing.
Okay, so just a d6 plus my will, or roll d6 and roll will.
Yeah, roll a d6 and add your will.
Okay. 11.
Ooh, okay.
And I got
So-
a 1 on that. Oh, do I have to
No.
subtract? Because it's damage. It's not.
It's
Yeah.
a damage roll. I don't think they're that mean. So, okay, so that's a significant portion of her resolve. do we have any additional dunks or social maneuvers that her friends want to throw in here? Like, say, Scylla or Lupa?
I want to intimidate.
Oh, okay.
So you've come out of the secret hideaway room, and now you're going to be intimidating, which you're at a +3 to do, as we've discussed earlier.
Yes. I'm trying to think, what is it about Maggie that intimidates her so much?
It's your eyes. It's your fucking eyes.
Yeah.
Because think of cats. You know,
Yeah.
cats just have this glint in their eyes. It's your eyes.
She thinks I know things about her because I look shady in the way I'm not
You
glaring.
look at her like, I know things.
Yeah.
And you don't want me to. But
Yeah. And it's very distracting for her. Yes.
especially in the contrast of me being like sweet as can be, yet dunking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great. I love this.
How do you help, Hans? Is it the same way that Lindy did?
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to have you guys make different social attacks.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, yeah, in that verbal combat section on 177, 178. Oh my gosh. We don't need that. That includes your bonus. Okay.
Yep.
And she's going to try to change the subject on you. That
Oh.
seems like a good idea. Let's try
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let's try rolling a d10, adding all these skills that she has with a critical.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Despite being so intimidated by Maggie,
Oh.
Oh.
she changes the subject on I guess technically who am I changing the subject on? I guess I'm changing the subject on Maggie. So Maggie, you're gonna have to take some resolve damage here.
Ah.
You're gonna take 10 resolve damage.
Okay.
And so she changes the subject. You look at her in an intimidating fashion. She says to you, "You look familiar. Are you Redanian?"
No. Finds a piece of
Interesting.
hay in her hair and just kind of meanders away from the conversation.
Yeah, we're having too much fun, clearly.
I think Scylla sort of like sidles up behind Thrin and looks Aelin up and down and says, "You should see some of the things I've seen this woman do. Her magic is beyond all compare, and I think I'm trying to deceive. Tell a
Do
lie."
you think it's a deceive or do you think it's an appeal? Do you feel like you've seen her do some really cool magic stuff before?
I have, but I'm trying to make it seem like probably grander than it is.
Okay, so you're trying to hype her up. How
Yeah,
about
I'm
persuade?
being
What do
her.
you think
I'm
about
being her
persuade?
hype man right now.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's maybe a persuade?
Well, both of them are the same. Persuade and deceit are the same modifier, so I can roll either one. It doesn't matter to me.
Which do you think it is?
Which one does that? Yeah, right.
I think persuasion.
Okay. Uh-oh.
This is a crazy rumor.
I
Yeah.
love this donation.
Yeah, the rumor donation is a thing. Also, Summer really loves it, and
Mhm.
Yes, she
I'm
does.
just
Summer,
all
your
about it.
rumor is coming into play, and Thrin is so confused.
Summer is the 5th player in this game at this point.
Give us the
Oh, it's so
rumors.
good. Okay, so
Cool.
did we make a roll yet?
So I need to roll persuasion.
You're gonna roll persuasion.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna have to ignore you because that's what I did
Oh.
before. Where's my rolls? Yep. So clearly Scylla has done a bang-up job, and I did not do so great.
Ooh.
So with my trying to ignore you, you're doing a d6. Okay, so you're dividing a d6 in half and adding your empathy.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay, so you get a 1
Plus
plus what's your
empathy?
empathy?
A 10.
So
Okay,
11.
wow. So the bad news is her resolve. I mean, there's so many of you, and you're ganging up on her so hard. All right. So let's see. There's that. Does anybody else have dunks they want to throw in at this point?
Lupa can't just stand there being intimidating. I just feel like Lupa's just
Lupa
intimidating.
absolutely can just do that. That is a thing that is a
Yeah.
actual thing here.
I think that's what's happening.
Okay.
Just-
go ahead and
just
make an
let Lupa
intimidation.
cross
Being
their arms.
intimidated, ridiculed, and appealed to.
Okay.
Yeah, Lupa's just intimidating.
Okay, go ahead and roll intimidation.
Because you haven't flinched like this whole time. You
Oh,
just
that's a
stood there.
fumble.
No,
Oh
honey.
Yikes.
So,
You have a
let's do the
reroll.
fumble button.
Oh, I do have a reroll. I'm gonna reroll.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Oh,
critical.
no! What a flip!
Roll again.
27.
Oh, ouch! I cannot
no!
make
I
this.
love when that happens.
Okay, wait. I got a critical.
Okay,
Okay, this might be her one. Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn!
so she's at.
Okay.
Oh
she,
my gosh.
She looks at Lupa and says, "But really, if you want someone to take a look at your curse,
Oh fuck.
I might be able to help you with that unfortunate condition."
Oh.
Now she is going to dish on you for some
Yeah.
resolve damage. +6. Oh man, you take 16 resolve damage.
Ooh.
Yikes. Okay.
Holy
She made you
fuck.
feel bad about yourself.
The poor
Cool.
cursed
That's
people
fine.
feel bad.
Well, I mean, let's face it, sorceresses, right? I mean, that's how this goes.
And I think
Yeah.
as she says that, I go, "But is that really your area of expertise?"
Oh damn! This is so much fun. We should keep doing this.
I love this type of duel. Holy shit.
Well,
I
just keep
promise
in mind,
you,
this is
she's
whole
a
system
witcher.
we've
If it could have
definitely
been
learned how to
solved by
use.
alchemical means, it would have been done already. And I want to ridicule her somewhere.
Yeah, that's a ridicule. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any question there.
Get her, Thread, get her.
Now let's see. Oh snap!
Ooh. What's
Okay,
a tie do?
I mean, what do we do in D&D when there's a tie? Tie goes to the attacker. Tie goes
Sure.
to the defender usually, right?
No,
I
tie
usually
goes
just
to the
roll off,
attacker.
But that's probably
Okay, let's
me.
do a roll off. Let's roll it
Yeah.
again. We'll both roll
Okay.
our rolls again.
15.
Okay, you win this one.
Okay.
There's
So
a
that's-
moment where it looks like she's got something cutting to say back, and she's gonna.
But
break,
I just have
'cause you're gonna roll
such a
D6.
sweet disposition about it.
There's almost no chance she survives this. So you want to go ahead and roll your D6
Yeah.
and add it to your will. Oh,
14.
No, she's not ready for you. She just stops at this point and says, "All right, fine. Look, what are you here for? Why are you here in my home? What has brought you here? I have a feeling it's not what you say it is.
Oh, but it is. We are seeking any information you might have.
I don't know anything about the
on-
wolves. They haven't asked me. Apparently, I'm not important in this town. I'm very upset about it. Clearly, what can I do to assuage you and get you out of my home?"
What do you know about rituals? And she just brings it like back circle around.
Okay, how bad do you feel when she starts crying?
Oh,
That's the new thing. Because she's at the point now where she just has a little breakdown and she just starts crying a little bit and she says,
Oh.
"Look, if
Do you
it
know
is
anyone
a-
in town who would perhaps? You're a sorceress. You know this is your town. Is there anyone practicing witchcraft here?
Look, I have heard a rumor that there is someone new practicing magic in town. At first I thought it was you, but maybe they were talking about someone else. But I don't know. Clearly chaos has been unusual here in the area, and I thought it was you pulling at it, but maybe it was someone else.
It definitely wasn't me. I've
It
only-
was definitely not an Aretusa type of magic, so I thought it had to be you.
Well, your assumptions potentially may have been correct. I haven't used magic until last night, so
Well, again, I was peacefully in my home conducting my own business and did not expect to be assaulted.
I look offended. Like, what have I ever done to you? Like, well, did you have a location on this person, perhaps a source, a direction of this magic?
We've
You said
already
you felt
discussed the
it.
fact that I'm not very good at ritual magic, so no, I have not conducted any sort of investigation of that kind.
All right. Well, thank you for your help in this investigation. Now that I know there's rogue magic being used, I'll go investigate that.
Fine. Show them out, please. She's like,
Thank you
waving
for
at
your
the
Sorry about
hospitality.
the rug. Thank you about your. Have a lovely day.
She does not get up.
Yeah. I think after, like, she keeps up the face, but then after leaving, she goes, I feel a little bad. I didn't expect her to cry.
The valet is limping to the door to open it for you, and he holds it open.
Sila's just patting Thrin on the back. You did wonderfully. Just great. I honestly didn't expect that from you, but you did wonderfully.
I think I want to cast magic healing on this guy's poor leg.
You're going to cast magic healing on this guy's
Yeah.
poor leg. Okay.
Yeah, I would. Because I feel bad. Because Thrin, I don't feel bad. Thrin feels bad. So I think she'll just, low key on the way out the door. It's just like, feel better. Sorry about your leg. So I'll make my magic casty roll.
Okay.
Please don't fail. 16.
Yay. Like, all you have to do is not fumble, basically.
Yeah.
Right? So, hey.
Basically.
So the good news is, he straightens up a little bit and goes, thank you, miss, thank you.
And then we leave. We meet Rosalind back outside. I feel a little bad.
Rosen's still standing out there looking very pleased with himself for standing so still while you all were gone. It's like his big skill in life.
We're only gone like 10 minutes.
He's a professional stander. He can stand much longer if he needs to.
Well, I think that went swimmingly. And she looks at Maggie once they're a little bit away. It's like, what did you get?
Get?
What do you mean?
I did all that for you to get something. Did you get anything?
Are you saying you tripped the poor servant on purpose?
Of course.
Are you saying that, Sila? How that's terrible.
Really?
Really?
Did you get anything or not?
At least I feel better about healing his leg now.
Well, I tripped too. I tripped too, friend, and I ended up by that door, and I think maybe it was her lab, and it smelled.
Oh.
It smelled weird,
How did it smell?
like natural gas.
Can I make an alchemy roll to see what maybe she's been cooking up with that? Because I do know some crafting.
And
Mhm, yeah,
and
let's do that.
also, these fell into my bag.
How'd it go? Really super great?
You
Oh,
have-
no.
You have a reroll.
Yeah, I don't think I want to spend it on what she's cooking up. I don't
Fair.
think we're ever gonna talk to her again.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Fine.
Oh my god.
Holy
We are
shit!
not meant to know. I'll probably think about it a month from now and be like,
Huh.
again.
You have to keep rolling that too.
Oh
It's
yeah.
forced down.
Yeah.
Yep, you have to roll it again. Oh,
Oh.
No, negative.
no. Negative alchemy. That means you have to taste it now. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, so Maggie, did you bring out your 2 flasks?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 2 flasks.
Oh,
you
but
look at
let
them,
me-
both of you. One has like a slightly bluish color, and one has a slightly yellowish color. One of them smell real bad, and yeah, that's apparently what smells like natural gas. It's like an egg smell.
Oh, it smells kind of like sulfur, but I wonder what she's been brewing. Yeah, I'll look at those later when I'm not as distressed.
Alright, I'll hold on to him for you. Yeah.
All right.
You
Just
want
don't do anything with them until I figure out what they are. It
Right.
could be dangerous,
Sure. Sure.
especially if it smells like natural gas.
Maybe you can come look at it in my room later. after-
Certainly.
Yeah, after.
We could ask the alchemist, the dwarf, what they
We
are.
are going to go see an
True,
alchemist.
true,
I need
that-
to buy some things from him.
Yeah, thanks,
We're not
Sila.
going to talk to him like we did Eileen.
At least not at first.
Yes. I don't think he'll be nearly as condescending.
Eh,
Well,
Hopefully.
we'll see.
Rosalind, could you please take us to Mr. Gunter?
Sure. Sila, can I talk to you for a moment, real quick over here?
Me?
Rosen says, just
Me?
for a moment. Yes.
Oh.
Ooh,
Alright,
we,
yeah.
I confess to stealing in front of Rosa.
Oh
She'll go over to talk to Rosa.
Listen, Sila, your friends are all great at fighting wolves and protecting the town. So I'm not going to tell anybody what they just said, because that was I should probably be reporting most of what they said. But I just want to mention, I've met Gunter before. He's pretty nice.
Oh, right.
And he's a dwarf, you know. So
yeah.
Your friends they're okay, right? They're not going to be terrible.
About Gunter? No. I mean, look at them. They're not ones to judge.
Okay, but he gets it a lot, so I think his tolerance is a lot less than most people. I think he's kind of sensitive. He won't say anything. He will smile the whole time, but I think he really does not get treated well.
No, they'll be fine.
Okay, I don't think
especially
I could say
if Thren talks to him. Thren is...
Yeah. I couldn't
We'll just
say
let
that to
Thren
Lupa
do
or
all the
Maggie.
talking.
Okay. I couldn't say that to Maggie or Lupa because they scare me. But I thought I could probably mention it to you.
They'll be fine. I wrote you a poem.
Okay.
I'm still workshopping it. It's not ready yet, but I'm working on it. Anyway, we should go. And she's just going to turn and walk back to the group.
This is Rosen. He will just stand here for a moment, and then he realizes that he's supposed to be guiding you, and he goes, it's this way. And you all start walking towards the edge of town. Maggie, this is kind of the direction you had gone earlier on your midnight ride, which is both a euphemism and true.
God damn it, Han!
So we continue in this northerly direction.
Do I see Cinna anywhere as we're walking?
No. You see, you're like, hey, over that direction, that's a barn over there. But no. But you're walking away from the forest and towards like a little river stream that crosses the north side of town. And the ground is getting muddier and it's getting less and less nice, the housing. And you're getting to the point now where the houses over here have like fairly good chinks between the planks and the walls, and they've been filled in with mud and so forth. So this is definitely not the nice part of town. Despite all of that, there is one house that looks very meticulously constructed. Like all of the wood is perfectly straight. The mud looks like it's put in a way where it actually would keep all of the weather out. And it has some like nice bracing against the roof. So this is a very well-built version of this house. And this is where Rosen leads you up to the door and says, this is Gunter's house. It is slightly shorter but not very much.
I think, Thren, you should lead the way. You have to shopping anyway, so you should probably take the lead. We can even wait outside if need be.
Oh, but if you want to wait outside, you're more than welcome to. But if you would like to come in and speak with him as well, I realise you probably don't have any shopping there, but
I mean, I think Lupa probably knows the sort of questions needed to ask, but I think Maggie and I and Rosen can wait outside, right? We don't really have to ask anything. The two of you could handle this, right? Is that all right with you, Maggie?
Yeah.
Unless you have some shopping to do.
Not just I'll just stay with you. People watch.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Lupa and Thren got this under control.
Okay. And with that, we set you loose in this house. Knocking on the door. When it opens, of course, the person who opens the door is quite a bit shorter than you, but I am using as a face claim Bamajan from The Good Place, so if you guys know who that is. I love him, and also I think his IMDb picture is just the best ever. It's very smoldering. So with that, you've got a shorter, very dark, like coffee-colored skin, short black hair, cropped close, curly, and very straight eyebrows, kind of a round face, dwarf looking at you. And he's dressed in a very clean, like ivory-colored doublet, And again, he wears some kind of like legging pantsos. So since we've decided I can't talk about how pants work, we'll just deal with that. So he's standing there and he looks at you both and he goes, "So Witcher, and you a sorceress?"
Yes, I am.
All right, well, it's nice to meet you both. How can I help you?
It's a pleasure to meet you. I was wondering if I could buy some ingredients from you for some rituals and maybe ask a few questions.
Come in.
Thank you.
So he has one of those alchemy like cases where everything is in little drawers, and he has a lot of hanging herbs all along the back wall of the house. So this looks like a professional setup.
Oh,
well,
lovely setup
what do you
have
need,
here.
and how much of it do you need?
Oh, but specifically, I'd require, do you have a lunar shard?
A lunar shard? Oh my gosh, you have an actual shopping list. Okay, I'm not.
Yes, I have an actual shopping list.
That's so awesome.
But I have the prices for each one on it, in case you didn't have it pulled up and ready.
Know what? First off, I totally don't have it ready. Thank you. Second off, we can just deal with that as it comes up. So that's great. So you have a price already like figured out for these things?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go through your shopping list, and then we'll have Mama John just pulling drawers, as Gunter looks for things.
Yeah. And so she'll be like, yes, a lunar shard, some white myrtle petals if you could, and some fifth essence if you have it as well.
Of course, that's simple, yes. And he's pulling drawers. He says, I've not heard of these combinations put together before, but I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Yes, I do a bit of magic here and there. I was curious if recently, in the past, week or so, if anyone else has been coming in for ingredients for rituals as well.
I actually do quite a bit of business. It's unusual, you would think, in an area like this, but no, there's actually quite a few people who purchase from me.
Well, that's good.
Have you met Aylin? She's probably my primary customer.
Yes, I have met her before. A bit brusque, at times. She's a bit sassy.
She has a way about her. She's not very patient.
No, she's not. Or polite. But that's aside from the point.
You're right, though.
Lovely setup you have here. Really like how you've organized your herbs over here.
Well, how are you ever going to find anything if you don't?
Exactly. Now, specifically, Lupa, did you need anything? And I've got a list.
Lupa, I'm good. You might want to ask about the.
Yes, so I just figured we should get the shopping done first. We ask if you heard about those horrible attacks going around town.
Yes. Yeah, they're not near this part of town. They're in a different area of town.
Yes, closer to the woods. I believe someone is using ritual magic to make the wolves aggressive. I was wondering if you saw any different individuals than you typically do on a regular basis.
Mostly the same people that purchase from me every time. But I have to tell you also, I don't do any magic myself. I don't know spellcasting, but I handle the ingredients. I can do the alchemy part.
Oh yes, I figured, but I still want to perceive him. But I'm pretty sure dwarves don't really do much magic in The Witcher, so she's not.
You're right.
She's not concerned about him as a suspect. She's like, of course I would. If I suspected you, I wouldn't have asked.
But you want to make a persuasion roll against him? Is that what you're going for?
I just want to see, insight him just to make sure.
Okay. Go ahead and do a human perception roll. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
29.
Good job. He's not lying. He seems very straightforward and honestly very eager to make this sale. In addition, he seems to like selling stuff to you in particular. It may be because of the fact that most people who are buying stuff is just they're purchasing, let's say, medicinal herbs for midwifery and so forth. This is going to be more serious magic he's hoping. He's looking forward to a big sale.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she's got she's going down the list, and so you have a bunch of the regular customers. Did anyone perhaps new lately?
No, I mean, again, mostly the same customers. I'd look forward to making some more business. Also, Witcher, I don't know what kind of work you do, but I do have coin. If you find anything, I could buy it. Griffins, troll, hide, anything like that. Things that are good for alchemy, I would definitely purchase them from you.
Lupa, I think, is noticeably much more not stiff, but not actually kind of cares about how they're conducting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And inclines their head. That is good to know. Thank you.
In that case, then, did anyone... Who are your other regular customers other than Miss Aylin, of course, or Lady Aylin? Excuse me.
Well, I mean, seems like I don't know that I really want to... Should I be telling... Listen, I want to do business with you, but should I really tell you what all of my customers are doing? Because if I do that for you, aren't you going to think I'm going to do that about you too?
Honestly, I'm not using my ingredients for nefarious purposes to summon wolf attacks on the town, so I honestly don't mind if you spread what I'm purchasing.
I understand that. And now he looks at Lupa and says, you know what I'm saying, though? Do you really want me telling people who's doing business and where? I don't want to put a target on your back, because I know what that's like.
Appreciate your thought. But...
Listen, so, I mean, on the one hand, I don't really think I have anything I can hide from you that's important, but it seems like a bad goal as a businessman to tell your customers about each other.
I understand. We're just trying to stop the violence.
Yeah, I get it. You can see how things are already kind of hard here.
I understand.
So...
I faced a bit of that growing up myself. Father was an elf, so...
Okay, yeah. So, again, is there something specific that I can help you with like this? Because... I haven't sold a lot of things that are different than what I normally sell, if that helps.
That does help. Helps narrow it down. Maybe someone sourcing their own ingredients for ritual.
Yeah. Also, again, there are other people that can do business here in town. If you talk to the right people, I know there are some people that sell things that I usually don't.
Oh.
Some things are just hard to find, and I mean, again,
yes.
If I knew a witcher that wanted to make some money, I could definitely give you some.
I heard a rumor that there is, perhaps you've heard this as well, there's someone practicing magic in the area that's not particularly sanctioned, as in Erethusa taught, or the like.
Okay, so this I can tell you for free. Yesterday someone told me you were in town.
Someone told you I was in town?
Yeah, they said I might expect a new customer. They were real smug about it. But, you know, not in a mean way, just...
Fairly interesting. Could you describe this person for me?
Can I describe this person for you? Well, I have to look and see who actually started the rumor. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, I've got a girl that comes around sometimes, gives me wild herbs, things like that. Yeah. I mean, it's not every day you find a sorceress and a princess. That's pretty impressive.
I look at Lupa with the face of like, what is he talking about?
Lupa just gives the smallest of shrugs. Like barely perceptible. It's just like a... Yeah.
Someone told you that I was a princess?
Yeah, they said you were a princess and you were traveling with a witcher. And I mean, witcher.
This explains so much. I'm terribly sorry to have to break it to you, but unfortunately I am simply a sorceress.
I mean, again, people call me things I'm not all the time. Just so you know, I didn't inflate the prices because of the fact I heard you were a sorceress. These are my going prices.
Oh, they match the going rates in other towns.
Right, just... Okay.
She's got her list. There's probably like an Excel spreadsheet of like going prices in certain regions and areas. Because that's who Thrin is. Bless her little nerdy heart. All right, well, thank you for that bit of information. You said she sells wild herbs?
Yeah. What's the girl's name? Liza?
Liza. All right. Thank you. Might have to see if she's sold anything out of the ordinary.
I don't think so. I think she's the daughter of the cook over at the Lily White.
Oh, I see. Well then, oh, also, do you think you could mind helping me? I heard you were a great alchemist. Identifying these potions, I picked up, and I'll put them
Alright,
two
that's
on the
kind of
counter.
weird, but sure. I'm dun, dun, dun. Now here's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a human perception roll against you.
Oh, no.
And we're gonna add some numbers, and you're gonna have to roll your deceit against this.
Oh, because I
he
have
only knows
so much deceit.
he only knows one other alchemist in town who would make potions like
Well,
this.
y'all, I have a +1 to deceit. Unless I crit it.
Revenge. Perfect.
Oh, 15.
So he looks at these. He like
I don't
sniffs
think
one
I
time.
don't think Thrin picked up on the fact that Maggie stole them. And so she's just like, Maggie gave me these potions, and I just don't know where she got them.
So he's holding the two potion. He goes, "Well, that one's clearly quickfire," and hands it back to you.
How to explain the sulfur smell?
And this other one's a black venom. So I don't know what you're planning on doing with all those, but I don't think you made them yourself either.
Oh, no, I told you I picked them up.
Yeah,
A friend gave them to me.
Right. Aylin's fine and all. I mean, I don't really have any personal grudges against her.
I
She's a
have a-
customer.
I'm like, I kind of get like a oh Aelin look on my face when she's mentioned.
But I mean, again, these are valuable and somewhat. You're a witcher and a sorceress. What am I talking about?
we just can't believe we not wonder alchemy jokes.
So good. So good.
Well, we appreciate the business and the courtesy.
If you need anything else, I'm here. And again, I know I've said this enough times, but if you want to sell something, think of me, because I'm
dire
interested in
wolf?
buying it. Wolf? I mean, what are you going to get from a wolf? Tallow? What else?
So much dog tallow. So
I'm
much.
looking at my substances now. Are there other wolf-like substances?
Wolf livers.
Wolf-like substances,
There
you
we
know.
go. Does wolf liver come up on this list of things I have? It probably does. I only see dog tallow. Did you see wolf liver?
No,
Meh.
I'm just quoting from the game and how many wolves I kill.
I totally got it. I don't see it on my list of things, so we'd have to figure out what it's equivalent to. But he says, I mean, I could make a couple of things, but if you find anything else, like if you see any actual like monsters,
Make sure to keep you in mind.
sure. I mean, just if you want to make the money. I mean, I don't know what else you would do with these things, but maybe you want to do some alchemy on your own. I don't know what kind of witcher things you have to do.
I may have some level of alchemy, but not anything like a trained alchemist.
But making oils. And I mean, if you need help, I don't know if you can share those formulas, but if you were interested in an exchange, if you want help brewing something, I could help you with that. I'm very good. I really don't mean to brag, but I am very good.
I take a dwarf by his words. Right.
Now, Lupa doesn't wear any outward signs of being a dwarven knight, correct? There's
Nope.
not like okay. I'm just making sure
Like
there's
the-
not like something where I'm supposed to key in on this. Okay.
No, it wouldn't be like a, hey, I'm a dwarven knight.
Unless he's
Right.
heard the name Knight Lupa.
Or,
Right,
yeah.
Lupa. Well,
Knight Lupa
That's a really good
Mahakam.
point. That's a really good point. Let me make an education roll for a dwarf who's just totally educated and very smart.
he is a smart dwarf.
And like, Lupa is very recognizable.
And it's been
Yeah.
a while, right?
Hey, have you seen the wolf
dwarves
witcher?
live a while, and she's pretty memorable.
He's really good at this. And I mean, you're very recognizable.
Yeah.
And I mean, this happened a while ago, right?
It happened like, oh god, let me check. Like,
Like we met 50 years ago. so-
yeah, this is like more than 100 years. This was in my 6th century.
You guys
Sixth
notice how
decade.
like You get like
6th
normal
decade,
stuff
yeah.
going on when you're playing The Witcher, and then like things just go buck wild, and it's like you got this like extra crazy layer on top. It's like, yeah, but this happened 150 years ago. No big
Yeah,
deal.
6th decade and
Yeah. I had to
200,
roll
so
all these
140 years
things.
ago.
Okay. So he goes, wait a second. I wasn't thinking about this before, but what was your name again?
Lupa.
Lupa of...
Just Lupa, but I'm guessing you would know.
Lupa of Mahakam?
Yeah, knighted by the Hu clan. Many moons ago.
I haven't been to the Elder Lands in a long time, and I'm not of the Hoog clan, but if you need anything, I guess really anything, all right. Damn it. What is it you need to know about these purchases?
We're trying to figure out who's doing these rituals that is causing these wolves to attack.
Transform and attack.
Look, I don't sell a lot of little things to people. I should say I sell a lot of little things to people, but I don't sell a lot of very specific things. You know, humans aren't good at getting some things. For example, calcium equum, not normally very good at finding things that go underground. I get a lot of it because of the fact that I'm a dwarf, and yes. So anyways, I've got a pair that buys from me pretty regularly, and that is something they usually buy. I'm not totally sure what they make with it most times, but their quantities have maybe multiplied by 10 recently. If I was going to look into someone doing something.
Week or two recently.
Yeah, less than that. Like 6 days recently.
I give a,
Like,
a
when
look
we
over
finish
to
here,
them.
I have to go mine some more calcium equum.
Yeah, Rupert definitely like sees Strange look and like gives a small nod. All right, we'll keep it on the down low that we got the information from you.
Be careful because they're dangerous. They run a gang of smugglers, and I don't think it's just a coincidence. There's a lady named Cinna and a man named Gedry. So look out, because they don't play around.
Thank you for the warning. Be sure to keep it very down low.
Many easy ways to find out if someone's purchase habits have changed, not just from the buyer and
I
seller.
mean, honestly, they're fairly suspicious, but I don't go around telling people who bought what.
We won't say exact ingredients. I think it's just suspicious enough if they are buying and visiting a lot more often.
I mean, yeah, so they haven't changed their habits with me, but I mean, they're here daily and they're purchasing quantities. I mean, again, we're going from single units of calcium equum to
Large units.
large units.
Interesting. Thank you. And I'll pay the man. The total ingredients that I bought totals up to 372, but she'll round it up to 375.
Okay, and he honestly counts you out penny change to give you back exact
Oh no,
change.
keep the change.
He says, no, I understand how transactions work. I want you to come back, and I want you to purchase more things from me. And also, I want your friend, that when they go on a monster hunt, to go bring some monster pieces back to me. I'm very interested in this transaction.
What if you insist then?
But with all that in mind, and he goes back to his work.
Yeah, Lupa will give him a very respectful nod. Right, we should get going then.
Okay.
Agreed.
Outside, Rosent like holding onto a spear, and his eyes are like very intently on the door like this. He's like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. They didn't say anything. It's good. I didn't hear any yelling at all.
It's just very calm, relaxed discussion inside. You hear some drawers opening, like, tinkling in glass. Thorn comes out looking very pleased, like a shopping bag. Well, that went very well.
Did you find out
He was
everything?
so delightful. Just charming fellow.
Good.
Probably do more business with him before we leave. Get more ingredients.
Very good. Yes.
Can I'm not sure where we're headed next, but I think Maggie's gonna want to pass by the house we were at last night.
And I'm gonna be like, so we have a lead as well.
Oh.
Apparently there's some criminals in town.
Criminals!
That are part of a gang, and they've been buying unusual amount of quantities of things, which very
Right.
implicative of a ritual, large-scale ritual,
And
long-distance ritual.
Within the past 6 days,
Yes,
it would
lines
match
right
up
up with the wolf attacks.
match up with the timeline.
Alright, do we know what they look like? Do we need to ask
Oh,
around?
yes, I have their names, but we can't say where we got them from.
Mm-hmm.
A Cinna and a Gidry.
Ooh.
Sound like a right awful sort. He said they're very dangerous.
Susan says, I've actually heard of them before, and I do think, yeah, that would probably be a good lead for you both.
Wait, wasn't that the names of the two that Horse told me at the Broken Wheel?
Yeah, they're always at the Broken Wheel. Yeah.
Wasn't that the
Benny
woman
Tavern
that
we
you
were at last night?
That was the Maggie.
What? What? I said nothing. Just been staring into space. Missed it. What's happening?
Sila's just staring at Maggie with a slack jaw. Maggie slept with a criminal.
I am a criminal!
You slept with a worse criminal than you are.
Rosent is right here. He is not a door.
Rosalind, would you like to have
Matt.
a conversation with me over here?
All right.
It's beautiful weather today, isn't it?
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Yep. Weather is
So what do you like to
great.
do for fun around here, Rosalind? What hobbies do you have?
Maggie.
What?
What did you find any?
Did
you find anything out? Was it even
really loud?
They
Was it even
are very loud, but you just get used. You tune them out after a
It was
while.
like a 7 out of 10, okay?
Wow.
I wasn't asking if it was good. I was asking, did you find out any
They're speaking
information?
very loudly about
Yes.
people on the street. It's very decent.
We need to have a very serious conversation.
We are right now.
I do hear a lot of calls about people yelling in this neighborhood. A lot of times people come and talk.
Do
to
you?
me
Do
about
people yell in this
loud
neighborhood
conversations.
often?
Maggie,
I think it does happen around
this is
here.
very bad.
Well, at least we're in the part of town where it would be.
Did you
know,
learn anything at all that you can tell us that can help
noticed as
us?
much. Maybe they'll just get it all out of their system, and then we can go back to speaking at respectable levels of
Yeah,
volume.
Bryn!
that Gedry guy, he's no good, you know. I
Bryn!
think he was investigated
Yes?
last year for shooting someone.
Come back over here.
We should all discuss this together as a group. The cat's out of the bag, Maggie.
And not in the middle of the street.
Please, and can we speak at like a respectable level of volume?
I'm sorry.
We're in a town.
I just felt a little betrayed for a moment that Maggie's not with a criminal.
I know we're outdoors, but we're not in the wilderness. You can use your indoor voices.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right, Thrin. You're always right. You are. You are the you and Lupa, the calm, level-headed
Oh,
ones of this group.
Apparently, there's a rumor going around town about.
About what?
Remember the inn this morning?
Yes.
I'm gonna lean in real close. Apparently, the cook's daughter thinks I'm a princess or something.
We should
Maybe
use
she
that
wasn't
to our
coming on to me.
advantage.
I mean, I feel it's deceitful though. Now that I know to not say anything about it.
Oh, we're not supposed to lie. We're not supposed to steal all of a sudden. This is great. This is great.
I agree with Maggie. We should really use that to our advantage. At least while we're here.
Right. So the criminals. So.
Yes. Apparently, Gedry shot someone last year. It was awful, wasn't it, Rosalind?
Yeah. He almost shot me last night. So there was some kind of exchange. It was like a test.
What kind of exchange?
The very the very attractive lady,
Okay.
Cinna, went to this house and brought a box or something and got paid for it.
Which house was this at?
I will give general directions.
I think Scylla turns to Rosa and is just like,
How large was this box?
How large was the box, Hans?
I don't think it was even properly a box. I want to say it was like a
a leather
coin purse
bag
type satchel.
Yeah.
Okay.
she looks at Rosa. Do you know who lives there?
I wasn't really sure from the directions. Do we want to go look?
I would like
I
to
can
see
definitely
this
tell you if I
house.
see the house.
A casual
then-
stroll
Just
by.
a walk by at a
It's in the
respectful
nicer
level
part
of
of town
volume.
for sure.
Wish I had
Yeah.
a hat.
A casual
Would you
stroll
like my
by.
snood? I could take it off for a bit.
I mean, maybe later.
If I walk us the right way, we could just loop back around towards the mayor's house.
Nice.
Would that
No,
help?
that sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
Thinking like
Very
a
inconspicuous.
criminal.
Lupa notes again the straw in Maggie's hair. And like just keep that information to themselves for now. Looking for a place where there'd be a lot of straw.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you are in a neighborhood where there are like farming type houses, like
Mhm.
larger houses, and yeah. As we walk back towards town, we will pass the street where the barn is on if we want to go that way. But otherwise, we're good. So, are we walking?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
You take a long meandering path. You have to go like around most
Up
of the
to
town.
go to make it look like we're walking back to the mayor's house.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So you walked back around through the nicer neighborhood, and you can see Aylin's house out in the distance, but you're not going to go right past there. That might have been
Mhm.
purposeful. And then there's another fairly large, nice house, and then there's another house that is large and looks like it has been nice, but also there are some signs of neglect around it.
Mhm.
And this is definitely the house by daylight. And then you can see the mayor's house coming up in the distance. And so, as you pass by this house, Rosen says, well, do we want to have Maggie key it off, or?
Yeah. Subtle like.
That's the house there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's the Mirgilt house.
The what?
Mirgilts.
Marigolds.
No, Mirgilts.
Mirgles?
The Mirgilts live here. He's now
Oh.
not whispering at all.
Oh,
The Mirgilts. Yeah.
okay.
Who are they?
Marigolds.
Who are they? It's a mother. The lady is Ahmad Marigold, and then her son, who I think is like 10. Yeah, the father passed away a while ago.
Tragic.
Are they like weird? Are they weirdos?
A little bit, because this 10-year-old boy is technically the heir of the house, and the mother is, she's noble, but she's not an inheritor. You know how these things go? They're really weird. I don't understand how nobles do all
I
this.
know
but what I'm
nothing
saying
about
Very
is,
nobles.
complicated.
yeah, but so the mom is basically just holding the estate for the son who's like 10, and I don't know, he doesn't come out a lot. And the mom doesn't really come out a lot. They don't come out a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did there, if you don't mind me asking, how did the head of the household pass?
I
Is it
think it was like a
illness?
hunting thing. I think it
A
was like he
hunting
was in
accident.
Yeah, it was like a hunting thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot of the nobles do hunting around here. The mayor likes hunting, the Mirgilts
What
like
kind of
hunting.
hunting do they do around here?
I don't
Deer?
usually get to... I think there are deer in the area and boar.
Oh.
And I don't know if they would hunt something else. I don't talk with
yes.
them like that.
Understood.
But, yeah, so and then he's pointing at the other house that looks nicer, the bigger one that was not run down. The Baratolts live over there.
Oh.
Brunold Baratolt, he's another big hunter. They're all big hunters, all the men.
Oh,
When was the last time the miracles were seen outside?
I don't see them a lot myself. Again, not really my social circle.
mhm.
I want to say I saw The lady
Like a week
at
ago?
the mayor's house. No, maybe a few weeks ago. Maybe a month. She doesn't like to leave her son alone.
What a very protective type.
Very yeah. I hear that a lot.
Maggie, why did you say that Gendry almost shot you?
Because it was the truth?
What did
Why
you...
did he almost shoot you?
Because I was being tested to see if I was trustworthy?
Oh.
Are you looking to take on a new job?
I mean, if we were gonna be here for a while, we've already been here forever.
Well, are you considered trustworthy?
Yes, as long as no one's watching us. And I look around.
Is anybody watching you? There are a lot of people on the streets with you at the same time.
I'm looking for criminals.
Maybe a human perception roll to see which people might... Oh, no, an awareness roll.
Awareness
to see who
roll.
might be watching you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Great.
better.
14. It is better.
Oh, yes, it is better.
Oh!
It worked. There is a young girl following you.
Is it the cook's daughter?
I don't know. I mean, she looks a lot like a cook's daughter. Yeah, you actually seen her in the house before. Yeah, it's the cook's daughter. She's following you.
I'm going to ignore her. Actually, no. I'm gonna make a scary face at her. Send her running.
There's no roll necessary. She runs.
Oh,
Oh my, pardon me.
Right. Well, yes. Unless we loiter here much longer.
no, we're walking past.
Right.
We're moving to talk. I don't think we would have stopped. We just kept walking. Perhaps we should pay the miracles a visit.
I could,
How long ago was the father killed in a hunting accident?
Oh, it's been a while, maybe a couple of years.
Okay, all right. Perhaps it was wolves.
I could,
know if it was wolves, Rosant, or was it just a simple hunting accident?
Oh, I didn't hear anything about it when it happened. I mean, it could have been wolves, but they, I remember the rumor actually. He got buried without a lot of ceremony or fanfare. He just got interred. I don't know anything about it more than that, but yeah. Also, I think Aelin may have talked to the mayor around that time. Yeah, because that's really weird. That doesn't happen a lot.
I think it's about time we
Talk to the mayor.
touch base.
Let him know.
Well, and he's like pointing because you're walking right.
Yeah.
We could just
That's
go
perfect.
in.
You've been such a wonderful guide, Rosand.
The other guard is standing there. His arms are crossed, like, oh no, he's holding a spear. He's just looking like he's like scowling at Rose and like, oh really? And so they're now having their side discussion as you all walk in. Just, do you need somebody to show you back, or do you want to just go in?
If it's alright, we could just go in.
The other guard's like, no, they could just, just it's fine. Cool. They're having.
Rosant tries so hard to impress us.
You've been, I think, like, Thrun would catch that, and she doesn't want to get him in trouble, so she's like, well, maybe you've been such a wonderful guide, maybe you should just guide us in before you resume your post again.
And he's looking at his friend, and they're doing this for a second, like, pointing each other. Yep, okay. After you, and he comes up and opens the door.
Thank you, Rosant. You've been wonderful today.
Absolutely lovely.
Oh, thanks, Sila. Yeah. So he shows you all in, and you go past, and there's a sitting room where there's two ladies, like a younger lady, like a teen, and an older lady who is your mom, because I'm just going to keep that simple. And they're sitting here, and they're doing some, like, embroidery work. And then they lead you to the back, and he taps on the same study room that you were on before. Nira, enter. Sir, do you have a moment to speak with Witcher and friends? Yes. And so they send you back in. After you. The mayor is sitting in front of the fire, like in a big chair, and has a book open. He's got his ankles crossed and is like busy mid-page, like you would if you were trying to, like, you know, host a masterpiece theater or something like that. So as he's sitting here, he does like put a bookmark in and close the book and say, "Well, how goes the investigation?"
Taking us down some interesting routes. Magic's involved.
Hey, Hans, while this conversation is going on, can I roll Fade and can I check this motherfucker's house?
Of course you could do that. That sounds like the best thing you could possibly do.
So I gotta make a Fade roll against multiple targets aware. Or can I just roll it and put it in the chat?
Yeah, sure. Now, here's my other question for you.
No!
Reroll! You have a reroll!
I'm gonna reroll.
Reroll.
Do you feel like your Fade is including your friends? Like, are you trying to nope out on the whole party or just the mayor?
I'm going to pinch Maggie's ass, and that's how she's gonna know I'm leaving.
Yep.
That's the signal.
And I am re-rolling that.
Yep.
That's not much better.
Okay. By the way, just since I'm on this page with criminal stuff now, Maggie, if for some reason you wanted to say that you're making a case the area roll from your earlier stuff,
Ooh.
you did just walk around the entire city.
Ooh, that's a great point.
I'm just going to keep that for future. We don't have to do that right now since we're in this scene, but something to think about.
Cool.
So we have Scylla just like, you do the Homer going into the shrub thing.
Basically, yeah.
Back. So that's cool. We'll find out if anybody notices later on while you go ahead and do your investigation. And then everybody else is here in the room with the mayor, whose name is Ket, and he's looking at you all. And what are we saying at this point? There was magic involved, is I think where we got to.
Yep. Magic involved. Wolves are innocent in some sense, not their volition. So someone is making them do this.
We believe ritually. A ritual, perhaps. Cast from the city. It's not done locally.
So, how can I be of assistance?
Well, one of our leads is leading us to the Marigold house.
He puts the book down on a table next to the chair. So what you're telling me is that because people are being killed in the streets, are you asking for my assistance in investigating my good friends, the Mirgolds, a noble family of Temeria?
More just the circumstances around former Mr. Marigold's death. And I'm human perceptioning him to get his vibe.
Spoilers, it's going bad. Like, there's like bombs dropping on the city right now as you're going through this. So let's go ahead and make a human perception roll.
Okay.
I'm going to be rolling deceit, and it's going to go real good for me. I'm hoping.
Maybe.
Oh.
So this is the, like, he is a mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, he has to be good at deceit.
yeah, so that's all he does. And just comment on mayors everywhere on Earth. Sorry about that, mayors. So with that, he says, it was an unfortunate circumstance.
We're just curious if it was wolves, perhaps. If there was perhaps a target to these attacks.
It was a hunting accident. Do you typically hunt wolves when you go into the forest?
I don't know, I'm not a hunter.
Yes, it seems like that. That does not seem to me to be the sort of thing that noble hunters would typically do. Perhaps witchers enjoy hunting wolves, but I would not consider this to be a normal circumstance.
So, could you just then, if it weren't wolves, could you just say what it was?
I'm not sure that helping you in this investigation of my noble departed friend is germane to what you're actually being paid to investigate.
What? But could you, it would take like one sentence?
Your accent is distinctly Redanian. if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's not from Aiden.
He's now sitting back in the chair a little bit. Tell me again, what exactly do you think has happened?
We don't know. That's why we're asking questions.
Yes.
Perhaps that someone is casting a ritual, we believe, to make these wolves attack people, and they keep coming further and further into town. So I was thinking perhaps if the miracles, if it was perhaps a wolf accident, perhaps it would be very unfortunate if they were targeted again, if the wolves came in, and it would be just very tragic for the family. So we want to make sure that they're not a potential target for the next attack, seeing as how we haven't found the perpetrator yet. If so, we would like to give them a heads up. Make sure they're not vulnerable.
What I'm hearing is that Witcher, you need to prevent the wolves from reaching the center of the city. The job you've been paid to do.
Unless you want to pay me every night to just kill them as they come in.
Yes.
It's not really dealing with the source of the problem, which is there is somebody
The amount that I've
magically
paid you, how
transformed.
many wolves is that worth? How many wolves have I paid you to kill so far?
Currently, it was killing one, stopping another. There should be another one tonight if we don't track down what's going on.
I understand that part now. What I'm asking is, have I paid you enough money to handle this circumstance so far, or do you require me to pay you further?
This is why I don't like dealing with fucking nobles. She's gonna walk out.
Language. I think she is like, language.
I'm walking out. I'm going to that tavern where that hot lady hangs out.
Are you going to slam the door when you walk out of the mayor's house?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So with that, the mayor is continuing to look at you, Lupa, and says, is this a matter of renegotiating compensation? Is that what you're asking to do?
It's a matter of whether you want me to do my job or not.
Again, I'm hiring you to kill the wolves. Go ahead and kill the wolves.
So just stay here and kill wolves.
And when you run out of money for what I paid you so far, let me know and I will pay you more money.
I think Thrin exchanges a look with Lupa, like I think this answers some questions potentially, like his evasiveness in the matter.
Very well. We'll come back with renegotiations when needs be.
Looks like we're going to be setting out some wolf traps tonight.
Yes, when you require further compensation for your time, just let me know.
You're
And feel free to keep using Rosent as you need to as well.
Yeah.
He seems to be valuable to your work.
He's very helpful. He's guided us around town, because I would get terribly lost otherwise.
I will be sure to remember that should he ever be eligible for promotion.
And I want to insight check. Is poor Rosa ever going to get that promotion?
Spoilers, no.
Oh, can we take it
Nope.
with us?
You've
Please?
you've doomed his career by helping
No!
him investigate these noble peoples. He is now officially door guard #1 in all future games.
But I wrote him a poem. It's okay.
We'll
We
just
just
spread
have
his
to
tail
kill
throughout
the
the land, and
mayor.
he'll get famous enough, and he can go transfer to somewhere else that appreciates him more.
That's right, that's right. So the mayor, of course, says, well, if there's nothing further, and he picks up his book, and he opens it up, puts his bookmark down.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Mayor.
Of course, yes.
Lupa does not do any form of formality. They just walk out.
Yep.
I fell
Okay, so
behind.
while all this is going on, let's do an awareness check for everybody else in the entire house versus Scylla.
Oh shit, I forgot about Scylla being sneaky.
Well, Scylla, the good news is you got about 10 feet out of that door, and you walked right past the ladies' parlor, So now we get to find out about the other people who live in this house, Ellen and Melina Craner. So let's do some scenes back there. In a few minutes, we'll have Maggie like storm by you, and that'll be interesting. But so the people that we have here, everybody got fan cast in the Craner family from The Mandalorian. So I watched like 3 shows. So what are you gonna do? So we've got the lady has, you know, like very like caramel skin, high cheekbones, almond eyes.
She Arena?
Asian oriented. She's Ming-Na Wen. She's
Ming-Na Wen.
she's in Mandalorian.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember what her. I have to go look it up now. In The Mandalorian, she is Fennec Shand. I don't even know what that is. She's somebody cool in one of the episodes. Who's cool? And her daughter is Adeline Rudolph. Let's see where we got that one from. What on earth have I done? Oh yeah. Yeah, so she is also apparently in that show. And the daughter's hair is like a little bit more like curly wavy, and she's got a little bit more like more of an arched eyebrow, but they're both more Asiatic in look. So they're both sitting there and they're doing their embroidery, and you like slide backwards towards
I'm
them.
like hands in my baggy pants pockets, just smoothly walking back on my heels, you know, and I like do a smooth turnaround and I see them because I guess I've somehow forgotten we walked right past them, and I just go, "Oh, hello, ladies."
Oh, come in. Look at that beautiful feather.
It's so I was looking for your privy. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. Come on in. You'll have to look for that later. Come on in. I need to see that. That's such a beautiful headpiece you have.
Yes, and she just walks up to them and she puts on airs immediately. Like she tries to sort of act as hoity-toity as Thren does, and she goes to sit down and like sits down beside them, and she takes the feather out of from behind her ear and holds it out to the. Is it the older woman or the younger woman?
Yeah, this is going to be Mom. This is Ming-Na.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
she
says,
looks to it. Yeah.
She says, "My name, by the way, is Ellen." And as she's like looking over your feather, I think this is a great time to make a social etiquette roll, because we got into this from a bad roll, so we need another roll to see how this is going.
Yeah, let me write this. Ellen, you said?
Ellen, yeah.
Okay.
This is all on the NPC sheet too, if we ever need to get to it.
A 12, great.
It's a 12. Okay,
What's
so
your number?
you have like excellent performer's manners, but not great noble manners.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Right now,
fair.
so, yeah.
That's me. I'm the noble talking
Yeah.
person.
Yes. So she's like looking at your feather, and she says, "Oh, it's very beautiful. What kind of bird is this?"
I'm not exactly sure. I picked it up in a bazaar somewhere.
Oh, well, it's very nice. It looks like it might be from somewhere far away. You know, maybe it comes from somewhere exotic and distant. Like,
I'd like to think so.
yeah, maybe it comes from, where's the thing I'm looking for?
Zerrikania?
Zerrikania or something like that. Yes, thank you.
I'd like to think so. It's my dream one day to travel all over.
Very nice. This is my daughter, Melina, and she's like a little bit shy and just kind of like raises her hand and goes back about her embroidery. So what brings you here? Why are you visiting our household? I take it you're here on business with my husband.
Yes, I work alongside the Witcher. We're trying to solve your wolf problem.
Scandalous intake of breath. You work with a Witcher.
I do, yes. I'm
Must be
sure you saw
terribly
them as they
frightening.
passed. No, of course not. The Witcher's a very kind person.
No, but all that killing and all that violence, and they're so different.
Well, you know, one does what one must do to solve someone's problems. Don't you hate the killing that's happening in your town?
Oh, you know,
Someone-
I don't talk about things like that. That's far too. And she's like pointing at her daughter a little bit while that's really not.
Well, the current problem in your town, it must be taken care of, and it has to be taken care of someone, right? You want your
That
town
is
to be
true.
safe for your daughter.
That is true. Yes, that's true. For everyone's sake. Of course we'd want the town to be safe. Yes.
Have you, do you get out a lot,
Well,
Mistress
you know,
Craner?
Again, society being what it is, there's limited opportunities here in town, but we visit around as necessary, yes.
Have you noticed anything strange, perhaps? New
No, I would say-
people, new forms of magic, that sort of thing?
Well, you know, let's see. Have we noticed anyone new recently? I mean, not too many. There is a gentleman who is staying with the Mirgolds. His name is escaping me. Oh well, I'm terribly out of brain. Melina, do you remember do you remember their name? Let's see. Let's make a Melina roll.
Yes. Remember their name.
We're gonna call this. It's gonna be deceit, but not because she's deceiving, because she's not really interested in sharing the information with you. Okay, so that's real bad. And it's a little worse. Okay, do you want to try to do some persuading or something like this here? 'Cause
Yes.
the daughter definitely remembers the name, but is trying not to talk to you.
Melina, do you know the Mariolt's son?
He's a lot younger than I am.
Oh,
He's only like 10 years old. She's like 16 years old, probably.
well, I'm sure any information you have would help us, help him grow up to be a fine young man. This sort of involves everyone.
Well, if my mother doesn't say anything, I don't usually want
Well, I
to.
think your mother was asking you to say anything and asking for your help, weren't you, mistress?
Melina, if you know something that's going on, you should definitely tell the lady. I think that makes sense.
It would be an awful lot of help.
I think his name was Contralt.
Controlled. Thank you, Melina. That you actually have no idea how much help this would be to solving your father's problem in his city.
Maggie walks by at this point, slams the door.
Oh well, I think that's my time to leave.
That's
It
quite
was
loud.
wonderful to meet both of you ladies.
Oh, I
You
think the
know,
picture's fallen off the wall.
Oh God. It would be wonderful to meet you both again someday. Maybe for tea or something. It was wonderful to meet you. Thank you. Goodbye. And she's just going to run out after Maggie. She's like, Maggie, wait, what's going on? She's just hollering after Maggie.
And a little while later, Thrin and Lupa walk out of the mayor's house.
She's yelling after Maggie, Maggie, you can't. I have to tell you something very important. This is... No, it's not. It's about that fucking ginger nut. She catches up to her. You know you can't make me run. I don't have strong lungs.
But you're a
Lauren, you're muted.
Shit. Hi, everybody. All I did was freeze in place and wait for Sila to run up to me.
She's going to stop and just sort of grab your shoulder and take a moment. You need to hear this. Control's here. He's staying with the Muriels.
About faces toward that house.
No. Luba,
Stalking away.
Luba, we have to stop her. She's just yelling at Luba.
Yeah,
You're
Lupa
walking
and Thrin have
towards
just exited out. You just hear shouting of Lupa.
We have to stop her. The ginger nut's here. She's screaming it.
And I think at this point, Thrin just turns to poor Rosalind and goes, well, the matter said we could use your services whenever you're available. Would you like to come with us?
He looks at the other guard. The other guard looks disgusted with him, like, "Oh." And
no.
yes, let's go.
She's like,
are we
if he's already in
stopping- are we
trouble,
stopping
he
Maggie?
can't get in, more in trouble from this. So at least we might as well have a good time.
Are we trying to stop Maggie? Are we going to do that?
I think we're just trying to catch up at this point. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I do. As
Yeah,
I hear
Lupa is taking
shouting.
not running, but taking much longer
Would you fast
strides
walk? Would you
to walk and
fast
catch
walk
up with.
me?
Sila is
I can't
too.
run in this dress.
She's just going, Maggie, you can't make a move. We have to do this smart. We cannot do this like this. Lupa!
Lupa's gonna catch up.
And then I guess Rosent and Thrin catch up right behind that. Hi again.
Hello.
We seem to be marching really in the other direction now.
Lupa's catching up to Maggie. Like, they're. And as soon as they get up into stride, they actually put a hand on Maggie's shoulder.
She tries to shove it off.
Mm.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Sila's gonna, like, since Lupa's holding on to Maggie, Sila's gonna just go in front and put a hand on Maggie's other shoulder. Maggie, we have to think this through. You can't just charge into someone's house just because
I
control
wasn't
is
gonna
there.
charge. I was gonna sneak angrily.
By
Well, you can't.
yourself.
Listen to Lupa. They're level-headed. Yeah.
Really, level-headed. One of their ears is up right now, the other one's flopping over.
That's not what level-headed means.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know fancy words like level-headed and germane. What the fuck was that? Germane.
We
Let's
need to
back. Go back to the inn and
Think this
we all
over.
need to talk.
Things. We'll get you a drink, Rosent.
Maggie, I promise you, we
Oh,
will
you're
deal
on
with
shift. Whenever you're off shift, we'll get you.
No, I think I'm pretty much off shift now. Yeah.
All right, well then let's go.
Maggie, I promise you, we will deal with control. You know I promised you that. We have to do it smart,
If
okay?
a certain delivery was made to a certain household and a certain someone's casting magic, do you know if he's able to cast magic?
Yes!
We'll
He's
deal
a
with
mage.
this.
No! He's like a little wizard wannabe.
So he didn't get formal training then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
Right, so he didn't go to Barnard.
Lupa is going to turn Maggie around and we're heading to...
And just because someone doesn't go to a school and they have formal training does not mean they're incompetent in magic.
We'll talk
Perhaps we should approach the situation with caution.
Can somebody roll persuade?
I will.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'd rather somebody do that than me flip a coin.
I'll roll persuade.
Fair.
Yay! Fumble, fumble, fumble.
Critical!
Crit.
Critical!
Oh,
Cool.
Again, critical die. Critical die.
oh my gosh.
Keep going.
Is
Thank
that
you.
32?
42.
No, it's
42.
42.
That's so many numbers.
We're very
I
persuasive.
go back with them instead of running away before
I'm
they
good
can-
at my fucking job, y'all.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
go
We'll
appreciate
get you a drink. We can simmer down, make a plan.
She, honestly, Sila really cares about keeping Maggie safe, and Maggie being hot-headed, it's not the right idea to handle this. Sila knows that.
Yeah.
She just wants to keep Maggie safe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. We
Yeah.
go to scheme.
That's fair. So I guess we'll save that for next time, figuring out what the heck we're gonna do with all this stuff. This is fine.
This is fine.
The typical. I think if you don't do the emote with the hype, you have to do an emote of like fire and then just like pretzel in the front.
Like a chaos one.
You
Like
can really kind of do everything.
Pretzel's like holding up his little hands and it's just like fire in his eyes.
Yes. like this, but with like a hand. With a
It's literally the actual emote. It's me just going, heh?
Okay, that's a
Lauren
good
gets
point. This is
mad.
actually what Kiana's emote is for right there. Yep.
Yeah, it's the Elmo gift. It's the...
We started out salty, and now we've ended on the shrug, I think.
Alrighty, let's go around, talk to people. Linda, you go first.
Oh, okay. That was super fun. Rosend is my favorite. He is precious and must be protected, and I might take him with us. I might just kidnap him. We'll see what happens. Because I don't know. Hopefully we stop some wolves. And Thrin has very mixed feelings about everything that's happened today. She feels very deceitful about this princess business. And a little bad about making a sorceress cry, but not too bad because she was kind of rude and from Aretusa, so whatever. But you can find me online being much less polite than Thrin at Laugh Love Lindy on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc., where I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. You can find on my channel tomorrow and Tuesday night, Mondays in Exandria and Mists of Ravenloft, 2 D&D 5e sessions, and pretty soon our once a monthly campaign, Aliens, is coming up here in a couple weeks, I believe. And just find me on Twitter. I retweet the stuff I'm in. I play a lot of stuff. It's great.
Awesome. KT, she of the very high persuasion.
Yeah. I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at KatieFace. You can also find me over on Off the Table. Our new season is starting soon. Starting next week. We'll be playing games like Godsend, Good Society, Liminal, and Cypher, as well as our normal games, Alas from the Awful Sea, and D&D every other Friday. You can also find me tomorrow on my channel, KatieFace on Twitter, playing our short 3-session campaign of Lady Blackbird. I've never ran it before, and this will be my second session, and it's been really fun. The group got out of the brig on the Hand of Sorrow just by literally straight persuasion sort of rolls. And it was literally, I've never seen it done like that. Usually it's a lot of fighting and blowing stuff up, and it was hilarious, and I loved it so much. But you can see everything that I'm doing on Twitter. Yeah.
Awesome. Hans.
Hi, I'm Hans, and I will be here next Sunday for more Witcher shenanigans. And I think that's all I'm doing this next week, so that's plenty.
Woo! Key, do you want to go?
Sure. This was fun. I'm Kiana. I'm one half of Salty Sweet Games, obviously, because we're here. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Kiana S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. Come on, all over the internet doing sorts of role-playing things, streaming, writing, just generally shouting into the void. I'll let Lauren go, and then we'll do our end of show admin.
Yes. Aw, thanks, y'all.
Oh, Hype Train. Hello. Thank you.
I'm Lauren. I'm that Salty Ginger over on the Twitter. I play games here on our channel on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. We have Call of Cthulhu, Pulp Cthulhu on Saturday mornings, and then Witcher on Sundays. And you can also find me on Off the Table for their new Cypher System game, and on Scraticus Academy running Urban Shadows this coming season. Thanks, y'all!
Yay, thank you.
That's it for me.
Yeah. Didn't know, we're on Twitter at Salty Sweet Games. We update when we're going live there and any form of new shows that'll be going up. Lauren and I are already in talks about a new show at some point in the future, but also we do video game streams when we can, or one-shots or short series. We have a Ross Rifles mini-series coming up soon, which that's going to be super exciting to showcase a game by a friend of mine. Hopefully some Bluebeard's Bride at some point as well, because they came up with a new supplement. And I want to play it so bad.
God, I want to play it so bad, Kiana.
So that will hopefully be happening soon. Thank you everyone who has donated and who has subscribed and who has everything followed today. Wow, Hype Train at the end of this the session is really awesome. A big thank you to our sponsors, Artelsarian Games, who help do a giveaway. They're lovely people, so definitely go follow them over on Twitter. And also Roll20. Roll20 is our virtual tabletop of choice. Someday I'll get the word order right. But they're really awesome. We're part of the Spotlight program. So if you're ever interested in seeing more and being able to play games with people all across the internet, definitely go check them out. And go check out the other Roll20 Spotlight people, because there's a lot of really awesome shows out there. We're also being helped by Roll20. I think I said Roll20 enough times. That was a lot of Roll20s in one sentence. At 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, for our Masks of Nyarlathotep game. Thank you,
Thanks.
for those gift subs. Yeah. Oh, Jess is on. Go JT, so we can go and raid her.
Let's do it.
If you have the rage and shrug emotes, please spam those. Spam some hearts if you don't, because she's an awesome person doing some awesome things. I think that's it. This will be going up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you already know this. But if not, we post all of ours up on YouTube as well. So I think that's it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think that's all the channel admin.
That sounds good. I'll intro us out. Wave goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.